a retard. You are a retard. You are a retard. A retard. You are a retard. You are a retard. Are a retard. You are a retard. You are a retard. Are a retard. You are a retard. You are a retard. Are a retard. You are a retard. You are a retard.
Fuck you, Dixon. Fuck you, Dixon. Fuck you, Dixon.
Frozen Samuel, Frozen.
Please wear a floor mask.
Keep me safe. Yes, CBC.
Please wear a floor mask.
I wear my mask 24/7. 24/7. I wear my mask.
Please wear a floor mask.
24/7.
24/7.
24/7. 24/7.
Doesn't have a mask on. 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. Dumb. So heavy.
COVID.
I read it as fart, don't fart, 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 fart acceptance, fart acceptance, beat next, fart acceptance, fart acceptance, beat next, fart, 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 fart acceptance. To the yes, say the scores. Yeah, man. So one. He was a little behind at times, I think. Yes, you are. And see that.
Yeah. Sorry for the late start. It's humiliating to still be asleep at this time. But that's what happened. And yeah, I'm very sorry about that. Well, if you see the title, special guest tonight, Kevin Brennan, that's happening. I'm told. And I got to take a few minutes to get going. So hit the like button. And I'll be talking to Kevin in a little while. Thanks to everybody who watched last night and the night before and the night before. But, let's only go back to last night because it was a fun show with Tukey. Glad Tukey could make it, and a big thanks to Tukey for coming by. That was really appreciated and very cool. Tukey really draws a great audience, and sometimes I do too. Well, I mean, look, I'll say that you guys are great. And if I draw you, then so be it. And speaking of drawing, task on her drawing hand, broken by a man who's now a man of God. That's Joey C., or now Joseph Samuels. And so the weird shit in the Dabbleverse continues as Joey C. is now a man of God. The C is now for Christian. But he wiped it out, and he's Joseph Samuels. I mean, there's nothing satanic about Italians, is there? Particularly, not necessarily. Maybe a few of them. I think Al Pacino was the devil and the devil's advocate and all that. But sure, Castellano, no longer his name. Joseph Samuels. That's what I'm hearing anyway. That's the scuttlebutt. So I guess I had some time to listen. It's Friday night, and Friday night is the most exciting night of the week for I guess people, especially working people, people who work a Monday through Friday job. It's very it's look, it's the end of the work week, and that's what you need. Look at this, Kyle Evans. Here's some money to get this started. Thanks, Kyle Evans. That's what a thoughtful thing to do. I appreciate that. And look at that. It's 5 gifted Pat Dixon memberships. Not only I take them, I'll thank you, and I'll thank you in a little traditional manner, I suppose.
Melissa Young gifted 5. Thank you, Melissa.
I swallow cum.
Melissa Young gifted 5. Thank you.
Sorry. Sometimes I put stuff on the loop and then forget that it's going to loop all the videos. But that's what happens. Oh, I like gifted memberships. Thank you so much. And thank you, Acid Dust. Davy Cakes, would you consider a relationship show with Gypsy? With Gypsy, like you're going to think I'm such a dipshit, I'm sure, right? If I don't know who Gypsy is. Well, I don't. Who's Gypsy? You're talking about Gypsy, the little girl that just isn't a little girl anymore and now just got out of jail, and now she's the one that just got out of prison, Gypsy Rose, I think, or whatever it was. I mean, look, if I've got that wrong, just let me know. Oh, Sorcerer is Gypsy. Had no idea. Or Gypsy Rose. See, yeah, I see Rose and I see Sorcerer equals Gypsy. Look, I'll do a relationship show with whoever. The idea of doing a relationship show is really exciting to me. I'm fucking brilliant about relationships, and the thing is like I do know, I believe that the answers that I've gotten have been mostly correct. When you have two people that are really trying to have a relationship with each other, I've been to a lot of relationship counseling type of shit. Like love lines. Yeah. Sure. Man, I'm telling you, yes. The answer is yes. I would love to do that. But I don't think that's wait, when you say relationship show, you mean like where I get taught about being in a relationship or something like that? Are you talking about where I discover what I'm doing wrong or I mean, because, let's be honest. I think that every argument that I've ever had in the context of a relationship has been the woman's fault that I'm with. And I mean everyone, every fight, everything, every major problem has been the woman that I'm with and not me. I don't take responsibility for now this is past a certain point, okay? Every modern relationship, not every relationship, and not every problem, but every problem in every modern, when I say modern, I mean post merger, I guess. Everything past a certain point. No, you two answer chats and argue. Oh, okay, right. You mean like we're having a relationship? Look, yeah, it's I don't know. Uh, yeah. I mean, it would be about relationships, right? Okay, so you definitely don't mean. Okay, now I know what you mean. So yeah, that's right. Not where he's trying to like tell me what I did wrong and stuff. But yeah, absolutely. That's what I thought you meant to begin with, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to presume. And listen, I want to address something. If I have a hard time understanding the chat, sometimes it's not because like maybe I'm a little paranoid. I guess that's possible. You know, maybe I'm sort of on edge, thinking that somebody's thinking there's going to be some kind of a trolling activity or something like that. Sure, that's possible. I wouldn't want to be, you know, talking shit unnecessarily, or I don't know, answering I don't know, talking. What the fuck am I saying? I don't want to get trolled. Nobody does. I don't want to. I don't want to like not get it if I am. I don't. I don't know. It's weird. There's an assumption on the internet that everything's kind of fake, right? And that makes sense. I think that's sensible. And thank you, Davy Cakes, for all these super chats right off the top. And I'll talk more about what I'm talking about in just a second, but I'll pick this up. Teddy, Ray, and John, great together. They should be a comedy duo. Yeah, you think so? I'm not really seeing that. I guess you're being sarcastic, right? They were like, and unless things got really different, but no, I think I saw the whole thing. Ray and you know, John seems to be like trying to be buddies with people a little bit more, you know, since Atlantic City, at least people in the that are friends of Kevin. And that's great. You know, John had a new attitude the other day, had a big smile on his face yesterday. I mean, like it looked to me as if he was being really like, I don't know, kinder, warmer. He had a big warm smile on his face. And John, you know, he can be a very nice guy sometimes. You know, they'd be a great comedy duo, a great relationship show, great phone answering show. Those two. I still think that the idea of the two traumatized Italians would be a great show. TTI. Stay tuned to TTI, and you get Joe Matarese and Joe DeVito, or not Joe DeVito, but Ray DeVito, and they could have Joe DeVito sometimes, but mostly Ray DeVito and Joe Matarese. Joe Matarese would be, him and Ray together would be like, this is 100 ways not to get something done. I think, or the best way not to travel. I think Joe. I wonder about his relationship with his wife. It must be odd. A lot of people say like, "Oh, poor Mrs. Matarese" or whatever. I think I don't know. I have to wonder. I want to talk to my moderator Tass here for a second. Hey Tass, how are you?
Good. How are you?
What do people keep telling me about people getting blocked on here? I mean, like I was seeing some stuff about that. Is that what's going on?
So there was a guy last night who
Well,
was he was trolling. And wait, are you seeing that now?
well,
Is that
no,
what's-
Oh,
Oh,
not
okay.
going on this at this moment. I mean, how many people have you blocked total?
Gino, Keanu, and all of those guys, and that's many.
Oh, okay. So
Wouldn't
like
know.
Geno trolls or whatever.
Yeah, and they're kind of they spam the chat with a
I-
bunch of bullshit. So you know, and
Oh yeah, we don't want that.
Yeah, exactly. And then they kind of like,
Complain about it. He
yeah,
blocks everybody.
yeah, right. What about free speech? It's like, wow.
It's free speech. Like we're the federal government all of a sudden.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, because then you'd wonder, like, why? I mean, why would you put if we're in charge of free speech, or if free speech is like supposed to be in a, why would they put a block button? I guess if it was against the Constitution,
Yeah. Right.
I guess they
Shit.
free speech. Yeah, I mean, like I was on Compound. Compound was really always claiming to be the free speech network and all that, and to what you could get away with quite a bit. You can say almost anything and do almost anything on Compound if you list the examples. You can obviously say all the words. You can say the ultimate ethnic slur. You can say all the other slurs in between, and then you can dress up like a gorilla and be Harambe, if you'll recall.
Oh, yeah.
You can play anus ring toss. You can have orgasms on there. I mean, you can have a woman squirting. I remember Anthony had a woman squirting on there, and so they could test the chemical composition of her squirts.
Nice.
But they still were people like, oh, the free speech network, right? I mean, like, I guess there's limits. I think when Red Bar came on there and was talking about Joe Matarese, oddly enough, too much. Keith the Cop, I'll be back with you in a second. Keith the Cop came in to, he stepped in to say, hey, maybe don't make fun of Keith Matarese so much, or don't make fun of Joe Matarese so much. Friends of the network and all that stuff. Maybe pull back. Well, everybody has their lines, I guess. So yeah, I mean, you can't be. The thing is, I have legal reasons to not be to not have a bunch of Gino Bisconti related stuff in the chat. I mean, I just don't. That's not something I want. It's not something I need. It's not something that I, So like, I'll outline a policy. I mean, because I want to know from the chat. I mean, like, have you found this to be an issue? Because I think that anybody left probably doesn't. I don't want to. They I guess the idea is spread this reputation around. Oh, well, they block everybody in the chat, and then that's like for this kind of a show, that's like a real it's like a real downer, like a real buzzkill. People don't like that.
Yeah.
It makes
And
you
like,
look like steel toe or something. It's like it reduces the the popularity of your show. People. It's a way of kind of getting at the show. It's an attack on the show, when a bunch of trolls come in and are like, they're talking about shit that is and are these the only ones that you blocked?
yeah, it just like causes issues and kind of try to ask about things that they shouldn't be asking about.
Well, you're talking
But,
about like two very specific people, probably, right?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
two very
So
specific things.
two very specific topics that other than that nobody else has been blocked. So anybody who's watching the show and chatting normal shit at all is fine. Anybody, it's not hey, far be it from me to tell people what to say in the chat. Don't be ridiculous. I don't even read it anyway, normally, not most of it. Sometimes we'll go through and read it as the poor chat, and sometimes I'll glance down at it and answer a few things like I did last night. What's the big deal? There
Yeah.
isn't one. So yeah, I think you guys all understand that. Like, yeah, if you come in talking about Gino and talking about an ex that I had or something that was specifically naming names, and and I'm not, if you want to come in talking everything about Chrissy Mayer, fine, but there's just a couple of things that, like, I'm not going to have anybody disparaged in my chat that that I don't like, that I just can't afford to have disparaged.
Yeah.
And I also don't want stuff in the chat that I can't fucking answer. Because
Yeah.
if I potentially wanted to answer it, because I can't. It's just it's a pain in the ass, and so anything you see like that, that's where that's coming from. Okay, thanks, Tess. So
Yeah,
you're not
man.
you're not doing that. Just you're not willy-nilly blocking people because you're an oversensitive female, right?
Right, exactly. I mean, like there's still assholes on here, and that's fine, but just like nothing to do with what you're just saying.
Yeah. Like,
So
it's okay to be an asshole, people.
it's okay to be an asshole.
There could not be
No.
anything more okay. What? Wait, hold on a second. I just got a text. I'm blocked, but I get it.
Wait, who?
I don't know. I mean, I know who, but I just don't know if I want to talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's wild. Trying to make a liar out of you.
Oh shit.
That's weird. Okay. Well, Kevin Brennan should be here in a few minutes. Aren't you excited? I hope he'll be here anyway. I mean, he said send him the link. The link was sent.
Nice. Oh man, yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. So I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, man.
Bye. You hang up. No, you hang up. All right. Now here we are. My good friend Kevin Brennan is here. What's happening?
I got on quick.
You sure did, man. Thank you. It's what
I mean,
what
I got
time
on
is it
quick.
there?
I as soon as I jumped on, I was here.
Oh, sorry. I should have given you a minute to
No,
settle
no,
in.
no. I'm fine. No, I was late anyway.
Oh.
Anyway, did I send you that clip, right?
Yeah, and I look, I woke up right almost at the time for the show. This is the first time I've really truly been late. Maybe the second time I've really been late. So I didn't get to watch it yet. But should
No, I didn't watch it either. I want to watch it with you.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I want to see my ex on here, and also
No, it's more about how
and
they.
also Chrissy Mayer.
No, it's more about how they just. I just want to see how they try to spin this.
Okay. Oh, I can't wait to see what's going on then. Sharing that with myself right now. How's it going? Good show today, of course.
Yeah, it was. I feel like I run a cooking show. Hey, let's put this together and put that together and see what happens. I mean, anytime Ray is mad, that's good enough for me.
It helps, doesn't it? What is it about him? And I know that he's a type of person that's just too easy to kind of bag on and make fun of, and I don't know what that is. It's like I think it's because he'll do things like answer questions about his sandwiches and stuff forever.
Yeah, well, he's quirky as fuck, and then he takes it personally when you bring up how quirky he is. You know, like, I mean, I'm telling you, like, the food I ate was so good that day. Maybe because I was just exhausted, and it was a food court at the Brigada. The food I had was so fucking good. So I'm sitting there watching him hold that fucking sandwich, and I'm like, eat the fucking sandwich, man. That sandwich is. My prediction was gonna be it was gonna be delicious. So eat the fucking sandwich. And he's like, nope, I don't mix alcohol. I eat when I'm done drinking. I'm like, I've never heard such nonsense. So then when he tried to defend it, or like with the laundry basket checking in at the hotel, you know, I mean, in theory, it makes sense because you're in your car, you just throw everything in your laundry basket. It's an easy carry up to your room, but you look like a fucking buffoon. As he hasn't gotten laid since what, Eisenhower? It's been a while.
Yeah,
But
sure.
he's always defending it. Now he's going after John's kids, which is, you know, I don't approve of, but it's hilarious considering it's Ray doing it, who was, you know, a year ago, he wouldn't fucking, if you would have predicted a year ago, Ray, you're going to be going after Stuttering John's kids to his face on a podcast, he'd be like, that's impossible, because Ray wants everyone to think he's a nice guy.
He seems to be turning his back on that image almost, like a little bit. I mean, and
No, not turning his back. He's like Adam said the other day, he's finally understanding the show. But It's not like I don't think he's like has anything deliberate or conscious. Like I'm gonna do this. I think he's just reacting. Like he's finally just like he's just becoming what we always wanted him to become, like a lunatic. Like a out of control lunatic.
Well, congratulations.
Hey, so a lot of
Thank
people
you.
say, "Oh, God, what's gonna happen with Compound? Anthony's in South Carolina." I know your plan is to kind of go, back and forth when you're able, but what would you like to see for the network in
Well,
the
I
next few
like,
years?
I love being down here. I mean, obviously, not walking around those fucking New York streets, not getting off at Penn Station and having to walk the 2
I'm going to say this right off the top. Chrissy really needs to have quadruple bypass surgery. It would really help her drop a few of those pounds.
the 1 block of death on 7th Avenue, the drug addicts and the shit on the streets. It's just terrible. But I love Compound Media. I love the shows. I love Chrissy. I even love Gino. And the idea of having the studio up there is very cool for when I show up. I don't have to drag equipment with me and do a show from a hotel room like that. So no, Compound Media will continue. We're doing what we're doing. I would like to change a couple of things as far as the
The lineup.
the platforms. What do they call that? Like a model, the model for Compound Media. Ideally, I would like for it to be free of charge, where anyone could just log in and run it like a Patreon or some type of thing like
Okay.
that. I think we'd be exposed to more people that way. But I've been trying to figure that one out for so long. Yeah, I want to continue doing what we're doing, how we're doing it.
Wait, what is he talking about? He wants to continue doing what they're doing, how they're doing it, but he wants a new model, and I didn't understand what he was saying about the new model.
Yeah, that's why I want to watch it with you because it's a couple people sent it to me today, and I mean, first of all, the only show that people really care about is his show, and then the only show of his that they care about is Gavin, and Gavin can't be on YouTube, so he's back on Twitter, but he's never going to be on YouTube. I mean, they'll just take it down. So Kumia is like, listen, I'm seeing this for the first time. So Kumia, what he's trying to do is acting like I want to expand the platform so more people can become aware of it, but he's not gonna, because in reality, he should have been doing it years ago. Like the reality is when I quit the first time, I was furious. Not like the furious in the super chat. I was furious because E-Rock had showed up and he immediately started putting his fucking shitty podcast on YouTube. So I was like, wait, so we've been allowed to do this the whole time and nobody basically encouraged us? Like Keith the Cop was never like, hey, that was a good show today. You guys should put a clip on YouTube. Not a fucking word. YouTube like didn't exist for Compound Media. Compound Media had their own channel, but they never put anything up. And so again, In Hot Water, when that show was good, they should have been putting up like the best of In Hot Water, like maybe once a week on YouTube, just the best clips from the week in a comp video so people could watch it. And that's how it works. Like the same thing I told you. It's like you were on whatever channel, this Cozy TV and Mosey TV, and I was like, I go, Pat, nobody gives a fuck. That's great that you're on some fucking stranded island network, but like nobody gives a fuck. Like everybody goes to YouTube for content. That's where they go. So now Kumia is like, I'd like to be try to expand the model, and it's like now after you had a heart attack and you no longer live in New York, now you're gonna do it. So he's gonna talk like this. He looks terrible. He looks like Bob Levy's show Out of the Coffin. He looks like fucking like a guy who's like sleeping in a coffin, like he looks pale, his forehead's too big. And I love the guy, but the bright lights of New York City and Compound Media Studio made him look way better. He doesn't look good here. So he can say whatever the fuck he wants, but to all of a sudden now go, hey, let's put our shows on YouTube. Let's put it on Patreon. Also, I think he's segueing a little bit into, maybe into a Patreon model, however that would work, or like maybe even super chats or something like that. Like he would do a show. Listen, people aren't Kumia's not stupid. If Greg Opie Hughes never gave me the fucking time of day until I started getting super chats, and all of a sudden he was talking about me all the time.
Right.
So the fact that Kumia, if Opie's aware of what I'm doing, Kumia is too. And I'm not saying I'm the king of this. I'm just saying, like, all of a sudden I was making $100 a week, and now I'm making more than that. Thanks, E-Rock. So the point is that I think Kumia at some point will go, let me just do a show on YouTube, and he would probably do great with fucking super chats. It's, people like the guy. He's funny. They would like for him to read his super chat. He's already doing it when he plays video games. So at some point, again, he's saying he would like to keep the studio open, but like once he gets down there very comfortable, and like Gavin is like, him and Gavin are going to basically go their separate ways at some point, because part of the charm of like doing a show with Kumi is hanging out with the guy. So once that's done, Gavin's gonna be like, all right, yeah, I'll phone it in. I can go do my studio, and you can be in South Carolina, but it's not gonna be the same, not even close.
It is going to change the vibe a lot, yeah. If they're not in
So
the
when
same
they
room.
would do 3-hour shows, and Gavin would wear a diaper, and then they would go over to Sullivan's, like, listen, man, I'm not gonna lie, it's fucking fun. Like doing Kumia's show and then getting drunk with him, it's a blast. It's a blast. So now that's gone. Now that's gone for him and Gavin. And at some point it'll be like, wait, how much is this? He'll figure out, he'll segue into a different business model, and he'll close the studio. He's not an idiot. He's basically like, look, he's already putting it out there. Like, I'd like to shift to a different model where, so basically I think he's saying like, I should probably try YouTube and see, and because it'll be way cheaper, and I'll still make money. Will he keep Compound Media open? No. I mean, will he try to, will he still pay Garrett, and will he offer Garrett? Garrett's very valuable. So, but other than that, he doesn't need anybody. I mean, he don't even need Garrett, but he loves Garrett. Garrett's great, and he's been very loyal to Kumia, and at some point they'll figure out something so Kumia won't have to do any technical stuff, that Gavin can just run it. I mean, Garrett can run it from either, but they don't need that big fucking studio on 35th Street.
Nah, it's super expensive too. Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, I have no idea how much it is, Pat, but like during the pandemic, they probably got it cheap, but those days are over,
Well, I mean, they've had it since well before the pandemic.
No, but I'm saying when the pandemic hit, you could get fucking office space cheap around there, because I looked into getting a fucking studio, to do my podcast from, because everybody else was doing it.
Yeah, but
So
normally
you could get it cheap, but you're not gonna. The prices are going to be going up, and then he'll be like, okay, who makes me any money? He's like Tony Soprano, like he doesn't have any earners there, like nobody. Chrissy's a joke, Gino's a joke, and the whole thing's a fucking joke.
Right.
Exposed to more people that way. But I've been trying to figure that one out for so long. I want to continue doing what we're doing, how we're doing it with Compound Media. But the dynamic of podcasting has changed so much in the 10 years since I've been doing it, that the subscription-based model isn't as viable these days. It's completely non-viable to somebody that doesn't have a fan base. You could never, it's hard enough to do a show for nothing if you don't have fans. You're doing a show. You see some people streaming, they have 3 people watching, sometimes none. I'll go around YouTube sometimes and watch, like, oh, let me see who's gaming, if someone's playing Call of Duty or something. And I'll pop into some live feeds, and I'm the only person in there. Like, this person's playing a game for me. And when I leave, no one's going to be in there.
That
for
is
the
funny.
entire time
I
this
feel like
guy's playing.
I can't leave. I know if I'm one of 3 people, I'm like,
yes,
it's
yes.
me and their mom, and then their cell phone in the next room watching. I
Right.
can't leave.
You just feel bad. So, obviously having a following, and thank you for that, people, has helped over the course of the years with a subscription-based model. But I would like to change that to pick up people that
The feeling you get from Kumia now, whenever you see something from him, is like he's like from the fucking bunker, and he's it's like the president's office there a little bit or something. A couple of
Right.
with a gun behind him and a plane,
Right.
and
The American flag.
yeah, it's just too
No,
much.
it's like
man.
Camp David. It's like Camp David for comedy,
Yeah.
He's like in a bunker.
Uh-huh.
He'd like to see. Listen, he's already kind of saying, like, as he's talking, Chrissy should be literally shitting her pants because he's basically saying like the model that they have, and it's true. It started 10 years ago, and nobody knew anything about live streaming and and Gas Digital. Basically, the same thing where it's like you got to pay for content, and we're going to create a network. It's like it doesn't work anymore. I mean, if having a network was important, wouldn't Joe Rogan have a network? So it's like having a network, it does nothing, and like you said, subscription based. When everything else is free and on YouTube, it's like and again, he's not growing his fan base. His fan base is like getting old with him, and young people aren't fucking gravitating towards him. They think Bert Kreischer's cool, and they probably think he's old. So imagine what they think of fucking Anthony Cumia.
Some of them, there's some, there's always going to be some, but it's not going to be like it's not going to be enough maybe to replace what's kind of aging out. Now, I don't know. I mean, like he probably has a lot of fans from 30 to 50, but at the same time, they're not going to be. It's to grow it. You do have to be out where people can see you. You can't be behind a fucking paywall on the subscription service and everything. And I think when they first did that, there was probably this idea that like we don't want to be canceled. We don't want to be, we're willing to just segregate it back here in order to prevent getting in trouble. We want to be able to say whatever we want.
Right.
They
Right.
envisioned a lot of shows that were going to be
Right.
really wild and kind of,
Edgy. We don't want to be. We don't want people to tell us what to say.
right.
He probably got sick of it's like he comes out of a marriage with Opie. We had to worry about offending everybody, and he got sick of it, and he wanted to just say whatever he wanted to say. He didn't want to lose his, he didn't want to get canceled. So you start your own fucking thing. Same thing Gas Digital started. Like they want to say whatever they want to say, and then it's like, and now it's like now they got this big fucking network at Gas Digital, all these shows, and like nobody cares. Like nobody cares. They just fucking don't care. So I can't stress that enough. And I'm only saying that because I learned along the way too. When I went from fucking Bobby Kelly's network to then Compound Media, and I was like, I was always like, why isn't this? I always was wondering why Compound Media wasn't more popular. So
Right.
and then I think Keith was always like, well, Anthony, he's got a bad reputation with. If you just got Keith Robinson in here, that would change everything. If you just shook hands with Keith Robinson with his good hand.
Jesus Christ.
I mean,
yeah.
that's what Keith the cop is always like, we got to get Keith Robinson in here. And what's the other one's name? His girlfriend. I can't remember.
I don't know, but Censored.tv is doing a great job with it. They actually do have a bunch of shows over there that you can't, that's saying stuff you can't see anywhere else. I mean, I will say that they've done a really good job curating everything over there, and I'm proud to be a part of it. That said, I don't think anybody else is really. I mean, we've seen it dwindle at Compound, and it's proliferated over at Censored. I don't know what they're doing that's so different, except that like Kumi has been running the place, but he's mostly just been doing his show and letting E-Rock run the place. And E-Rock, I think, was the one making some programming decisions there, dropping some really good stuff and keeping some really bad stuff until like even his show, he should have fired himself, day
Right.
one, whenever he started doing this stuff. I watched some of his stuff on YouTube. Man, it's like I was thinking I might clip some shit when I see something a little weird. Maybe I'll clip it. when I see something that's kind of like off, I'm going to clip it from E-Rock show for fun. And it's like, you have to stop every other fucking sentence because the whole fucking thing is just a train wreck.
Yeah.
Here's
You're
some,
saying his show by himself or with Brian Johnson?
oh, him. No, him by himself. And he has a couple of other people with him, Zia or something like that. You know, I was on
Oh,
there for last
Jesus.
woman, but like, it was
Aren't
awful.
familiar with the show or might see a clip and want to see more, but not subscribe. I mean, obviously, it's the truth. The people that just don't want to subscribe. And there's so many things going on out there now. There's so many fucking podcasts and personalities and whatnot that are doing it either free or they have Patreon or through super chats. So I'm
There you go.
thinking about how to move forward with the model end of it. But yeah, I will still have Compound Media, and you'll still get great shows like Chrissy's and shows like Gino's.
I like how he's always trying to take a shot at Gino, where Gino's like his best pal. That's the end of the clip.
No, I just had to pause it after.
Oh, no, because it's funny how it's like great shows like Chrissy's and Gino's show too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so like he does it just as a joke, but he also knows Gino's like, boss, what are you doing? Like they play that game of, boss, you don't like me, you know, and it's gonna be hard for Anthony to close the studio because he knows it's gonna kill Gino's whole life, but he's gonna have to do it. I mean, he's gonna, you know, again, he's moving down there. He said when he comes to New York, you know, his book comes. I already bought the book. The book comes out in July, I guess. I pre-ordered it. I Johnny Russo's in our super chats, so he's like, buy the book. So I have, you know, my wife does the Amazon stuff. So I said, well, you know, how much, you know, buy it on Amazon. She goes, you want to buy the hardcover? I go, yeah, who cares?
Right.
Told me it's giving me
like,
enough.
oh, I'll read it in July. Fucking perfect.
No, but then it comes out in July. So
Yeah.
so until you know, is he going to come back in July when a book comes out? Yes. But between now and then, is he going to be here? No. He's not going to he hates New York, and New York is a weird place now with all the fucking migrants and just lawlessness. So he picked a good time to leave. But the reality is at some point he's going to go, this is crazy, because like he said, it's a antiquated business model to have a studio, to pay Gino and Bill Schultz and these
Bill
full-time
Schultz.
people
He
that
didn't
don't
mention
bring
Bill
it.
Schultz.
They don't bring in he don't even mention Bill Schultz. They don't bring in a fucking dime. I
No.
mean, Gino doesn't bring in a fucking dime to that place. And so it's crazy.
Can you foresee it? You can foresee a time when he sets up his own show with super chats and stuff like that, and he's making money. The money he's making there, he's using to pay the studio rent. And
yes.
everything in fucking.
And then he'll go, "What am I doing? What am I doing?" He'll see. And again, it's his show set up for super chats because, you know, he's got a lot of opinions. You know, he's still got a huge fan base, very dedicated fan base, and they'll super chat him all day long. They just want to get his reaction to whatever they want him to say. You know, whatever what topic is. He's well read, so he's got a lot of opinions about a lot of different things. So once that happens, then all bets are off. And you're probably right. He'll use the super chat money and the YouTube money to keep, you know, to basically justify keeping the studio open. But at some point, again, Pat, this summer is 10 years. This August is 10 years. So then he'll be like, we did it 10 years. Come on, like how should I do it 20? Of course not. I'll be dead in 20. So let's just 10 years. We had a good run. Bye.
It'll be a nice round number where
yes, is he going to go for 11? No, he's going to go this summer. He'll start getting what do you do when a hurricane's coming and you start boarding up the
you batten down the house,
batten down the hatches.
Well, yeah, because it's going to be leaks, and that's going to be a big leak, that studio, and because we can agree. I mean, I think it has to be obvious that that currently it's not really viable or making money, and it's not going to suddenly become that when he leaves. It's not going to tighten up and suddenly, like, there's, you know, it starts becoming this you know, fantastic network in his absence. I mean, that's
right, because he's saying, you know, again, back to what I reacting to him saying about the YouTube. It's like all of a sudden he's not. All of a sudden, people are going to be like, "Oh my god, this guy's fantastic!" Like it's
No,
too.
no, that's not what I mean, though. I mean, because I think once he's doing shows on YouTube, he's not look. He doesn't have that much energy to spread around anymore. Really, he's not going to be
Right.
doing shows on Compound and on
No, but
YouTube.
I'm saying people aren't going to discover him. Like,
Right.
are people going to discover Anthony Cumia?
But even if they did, there won't be anything to watch except stuff from the past over there, because I don't think he's going to. I mean, even right now, he's only doing a very limited amount of shows. So, like, say he starts doing a YouTube show, and then he's like, "Wow, that was fun. I'll do it again tomorrow." It's very immediate. You get all this immediate feedback, which he's gonna like. You get money coming in, which he's gonna like. You get like it's just a different thing from doing it in the studio. You feel really like separate from all that shit there. So it's a stronger connection. So he's going to want to do that. And then he's not. I mean, when is he going to be putting up his own show, which used to be 2 hours a day, 4 days a week?
Yeah, but that will be the show, right?
Yeah, the YouTube show will be the show. But when they discover him, that's what I'm saying. Even if they were like, "Wow, I'll check out this guy's network," they're going to go over there and be
No, but
like,
I'm saying no,
where's
but I'm
more of this
saying
guy?
yeah, but they won't go to the network. He's basically like I said, he's positioning himself so that he'll say this is the new business model where people don't. Oh, I see what you're saying. So the people that are paying this subscriber fee, like, what do they get?
What do they get if you did?
They get Gino and Bill Schultz.
As a new subsciber, would you and you
Oh,
go
right.
over
You're
there?
saying he's gonna have to do two separate shows.
Yeah, and he won't. He wouldn't. I don't think he would. I don't think he's
But
got
he
the
might
energy
just
to.
blow up the whole. Maybe I'll just. I guess I don't think I'll blow up the subscriber base thing. I don't know. It's a good point. I really didn't think like that. I'm just thinking like it's. I'm always like, what's it going to be in 6 months? And in 6 months, he's going to be like, yeah, you're right. You're right. He can't do his show on Compound Media and then do a free show on YouTube.
No, not and not. I don't think so.
Great shows like Chrissy's and shows like Gino's.
I didn't even catch that.
Is there anybody that you've had your eye on lately that you think might be good for Compound, or like, or different types of
Dixon.
voices, or maybe gaming,
yeah.
like any kind of, like, if you think outside of what you would like to see brought on
I love that she's like, so what are you looking at as far as new shows?
to the network?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a lot of those people would be like plutonium for a platform with a model that isn't subscription based. If I want to move forward with something that's more community funded than a subscription based thing, the people that I would want, Nick Fuentes is. I love watching Nick's show. I think he's hilariously funny. He's so sick and tired of his fans. Like people just think, oh, you watch Nick Fuentes and you hear him ramble about Jews and blacks and this, and that's
We do love
obviously
that.
Yeah, oh yeah. That's we're all for that. Don't get me
part
wrong.
of his show.
Where can I find
But
that
there's
again?
such subtlety there in his disdain for his own audience. His
Really? Wow.
miserable presentation of their super chats, and he makes a shitload of money
Really?
on his
Oh,
super
that's
chats,
funny.
but he's sick and tired of their fucking retard super chats and their bullshit. It's hilarious. He does when he's talking
Okay,
about someone he doesn't like.
pause it.
Put
Pat,
on the
sorry.
birthday and start.
See, he's already going that direction. When he said, I didn't even Nick Fuentes did super chats. I thought he was banned from maybe he has his own.
They have something called Power Chat. Yeah.
Yeah, he has his own thing, but it's like again, he already he's already basically he's basically if he was a poker player or whatever, he's basically already he's basically like this is what's happening.
Right. He's
He's
tipping.
basically telling you what's going to happen. He's like Nick Fuentes is reading super chats. That's what I'll be doing. However long it's going to take to get there, because he's going to have to. Again, when you do Cumia show, they take calls, and once you do super chats, you realize calls are like ridiculous because you gotta, the guy wants to talk to you. He's waited, and it's like the call might go nowhere. So super chats are quick,
Yeah.
and Kumi will do great with them. But the fact that he's already talking about Nick Fuentes, he's watching Nick Fuentes reading super chats with disdain. It's like he's already basically anticipating what his future is going to be.
But
He won't have
doing
to
like
leave
that,
he won't have to leave his fucking house.
that stuff, and he's supposedly, the next Hitler, and he's funny. He's very genuine and funny, and but
Hitler was probably
again,
hilarious.
very toxic and volatile to a mainstream kind of.
I bet you actually, sorry, but Hitler was not hilarious, right? I mean, if he was, then he
would kill, though. He would definitely kill.
Yeah.
And also,
service. He's had
he was standing room only. All his speeches, you didn't see any empty seats.
No, that's true. He's
to make his own streaming service. So I like people like that. Anyone else you can pretty much get anywhere else. So I do like kind of that person that is so taboo
So
that
canceled.
they can't really go
Mhm.
anywhere. But again, balancing that with staying on some of these social media sites, if you take it another direction to fund, is very difficult to do. So there's the conundrum.
That was the whole.
I
that's been
think
the whole
if there is a
problem all
next
along.
Hitler, he should be funny. I think that would
Yeah.
Oh,
you would
shut
need
up.
that.
Yeah. And we don't know if Hitler's funny. I don't know what he was saying in those speeches. It's crazy. His arms are flailing. He's,
She says it was standing room only.
No,
I
he
don't know.
seemed very tense most
Yeah,
of the
very
time.
tense. Tense is a good word for that.
He needed a stiff drink most of
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. All right.
Okay, bitch. Another
All
question.
right, good. And I don't even fully understand how or why Nick Fuentes got so canceled. I'm
Yeah.
sure the information's all out there, but
Are you joking?
Well,
every time I
he's-
see clips, I'm like, he's definitely engaging. He's interesting. He's well spoken, and
He says a lot of true things that people don't like.
He's bold. He says things. I mean, to
Goes overboard. And he,
really have cashed it in at that young an age, I didn't get.
all right. Well, I don't want to hear him talk about Nick Fuentes necessarily. Why don't we look at some super chats here?
What time is it? I mean, what time is it on the show?
There's
on the
like,
video.
there's hardly any left, so I'll let it run.
All right.
Canceled until I'm in my 50s. Jesus Christ.
he put it all on black. No.
He put he put it on the line that he was going to talk about what he wants to talk about. And in his early 20s, he was on the no-fly list. He's on the no banking list. He's persona
he's
non
on a
grata
lot- he's on
in
a lot
most
of bad
places.
lists.
So that's some commitment. And instead of apologizing, he just doubles down and speaks his mind and hopes things turn around at some point culturally to make it
turn
more
around.
acceptable for what he's talking about.
So
So
you can-
Trying to be like racism, good.
I like him though. I think he's funny.
Love you
What they
guys. Thank-
consider racism and all that. All right, then let me take her out of there. Jesus Christ.
Do me a favor, Pat. I can see the super chats. Can you pull up Bentley's because I do want to address this.
All right.
He's came in at 12 o'clock, so it's relatively new.
All right. Hey, look at that, Jason Bentley.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll just address.
can I-
Damn. KB on another show. How long was I asleep? Yeah, he fell asleep. You're like Rip Van Winkle. I lost my whole network. Now I'm on the Pat Dixon network. No, what happened was.
What day is it? Send Kumi the link for the hell of it.
Yeah, definitely send Kumi the link.
Yeah.
What happened was, honestly, I did my show today, and I thought they're gonna do an emergency show tonight because that's usually their business model. They usually do point dabble point at 4. And I didn't know who was on the point dabble point. They usually trying to get Joey C if he's available. But anyway, so then they usually but a lot of times they do an emergency Friday night stream because point dabble point is not the regular Uncle Rico crew. So I thought they would do a point down. I thought they would do a show tonight, and I was gonna kind of go up against them or whatever. Or I thought maybe Levy would do a Levyverse show. So I'm like, I'll go up against them just because I just thought, I had John on today. We had a good show. It was fun. And I thought, all right, they're definitely going to do emergency plan, and then they didn't. So I had a show in me, kind of. You know, it's like when you do a spot, or you have a spot, and then you get bumped. You're like, I want to do a show somewhere. So it's like, so Pat said, you know, if you want to do my show. So I said yes, because I can't stay on long. But anyway, the point is that Bentley, yeah, you've been asleep. Anyway, the point is that Bob is not Bob is not reliable, Pat. Bob
No.
Levy is not reliable. He's done
That's
one
right.
show since last Wednesday, whatever that day. It was the Wednesday was the 14th. So since the 7th, he's done one show on the Levyverse. So I'm trying to snipe, but no one fucking delivers. No one does a show where I can snipe it, and it's frustrating. I'm not gonna lie. That's why people snipe me, because I'm reliable at 4 o'clock. I'm easy to snipe.
Right, man. I loved your snipe of Bob the other day. I mean, you weren't always saying that much, you know, but the way you were chiming in, I was imagining you being just the co-host there, you know. Just like, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Bobby.
And he's like, 'cause I
Yeah,
got
let's do that haunted house show. I
He's
mean,
like,
the guy's delusional.
haunted house. I don't think that's gonna happen, or the cooking show.
He's gonna do a tour of old houses with his old wife. I mean, it's like, what? Bob, you can't even do a show at your house, sitting in your chair. Like, you've done one show in the last 10 days. What are you fucking talking about?
Yeah, I mean, you're sitting in your fucking house talking about ice.
Right, and it's
About ice.
smoking, and it's like it really is unbelievable.
I
How
love
fucking
his
how
pink
delusional at his age to be this delusional. It really is a miracle.
It's a real, you know what it is? It's a self-preservation technique, I think, you know, to keep him.
What does that mean?
It means he's it's when
He
you
doesn't
say
want to feel it's mind over matter. He wants to feel young, that anything's possible.
He doesn't
So
want
he doesn't feel old.
Yes. Yeah, basically. Yeah. Thank you, Jason Bentley. I appreciate that. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Bentley's a good A. I forgot you were in Atlantic City.
Yeah, southern guy from what I understand, Bentley. But I don't know that for sure. Kevin Barry.
Yeah, I know it for sure. It's for sure. They both have accents. He wears Atlanta Braves hats wherever he goes. He's a good egg. His wife's great too. Great people.
Fans in the South. Melty's calling for you to join the show right now. Can't do it. Thank you, Kevin Barry. Leo Gunn, $5. Melton said Chad hasn't live streamed since his drunken rant about you, Pat. Hashtag enjoy. Really? I did not know that.
That was another great show. I hate to toot my own horn, but that was another great show. Chad drunk on Tuesday.
Oh.
Going after he said Pat Dixon's a bitch.
What was
he take you down? I mean, it's fucking
shit about me. Really?
I will fuck you up, Pat. I will fuck you up, bitch. I will fuck you up. I will fly to fucking Knoxville right now to fuck you up.
You gotta meet. You gotta meet him at the airport.
I guess I'll pick him up. That had everything but brother in it, you know?
Oh my God. Yeah. If people don't think that's entertaining, then what are we even doing here? Like,
I don't know.
That's incredible content.
He's got to fly up from
fucking Tampa.
Jesus Christ. All right, let's go.
Oh, hey, if I take Chad off the internet or off of his stream or whatever, that's fine. I don't think it's my fault. He has a live stream since then. That's wild.
No, I think Chad likes to regroup. This is Chad's kind of business model, MO. He has a kind of not a meltdown, but for Chad it's fun. And then he disappears for a couple of days and he regroups and then he resurfaces.
And does he come back with fighting new battles, or does he come back?
No, he just comes back. I had a long weekend. I was in Atlantic City, then I was in New York, and then it snowed and blah blah blah. And he just wants everyone to forget about basically what happened. It's not a bad strategy, just disappear. It's like what Carl should have done when his fucking homely wife showed up. He should have just fucking laid low for a couple of days or a couple of years.
In support of that, really, Chad should have done what Carl did and take a nap. Just take a nap. He maybe should have married a woman who would take care of him like that. Thank you very much, Leo Gunn. Beloved chatter. MSG'd Ray about Joe show. You messaged him. My bad. Message Ray about Joe show. He said, don't know him.
Who's Joe?
About Joe Matarese. doing the show with Joe Matarese, two traumatized Italians, TTI. I'm telling
Don't
you,
know them.
you
I told you I told you it wouldn't work because they'll both find a way to not make it work.
oh yeah, they'll be fighting each other over who gets to fuck it up. Gustav, Joey, see, failed at life in podcasting, so now he's working the Joel Osteen angle grift. Joey C, now Joey Fowler. What a scam! I thought he was Joseph Samuels.
Yeah, Joseph Samuel. That's how he signs all his emails now. Wait, he changed his Joey Fowler?
I don't know about that.
That's his
this
preacher
is news
name?
to me. Joey.
First of all, somebody sent me, everybody has my number apparently, thanks to Gino. But somebody sent me a text today saying I really blew it by not making Joey C my permanent number 2. Could you imagine me and Joey C? Joey C is my permanent number 2. Oh my God.
Who said you fucked up?
So I don't know, some rando. People just text me. They all got the number. They all got my number from Gino. Thanks, Gino.
Yeah, Joey would be a great number 2. Yeah.
Oh yeah, a permanent number 2. What a blessing that would be.
My brother in Christ. How are you today, Kevin?
A fucking idiot.
This is a fake stuttering John. Pat, ignore the babies. You haven't even blocked me, and I've been brutal. Skull. Also, do my show when you can. Yeah, that's thanks, stuttering John. Fake stuttering John. I will ignore them as best I can. Furious, would you do stuttering John? I mean, sexually, not the show. Just chipping. Now that he's being cool.
He's being cool. It's like when Chad's being cool. They're only cool they can only handle being cool for a short amount of time.
Right. And then you're going to hit the end of that business. Well, hey, I told Stuttering John, he messaged me today and he was like, so how come you'll do Tuki's show, but you won't do my show? And I was like, well, I didn't do Tuki's show. I said, he did my show. I said, if you want to do my show, we can set that up right away, And he's like, oh, okay. So
it really gets confusing because Stuttering John today said, he doesn't pay guests, but he wants me to pay him. So at the end of my show today, he's like, Kevin didn't even pay me for Wednesday. And I said, well, yeah, but you don't, whatever.
You're never happy with what you pay him. So
I said, yeah, he's never happy with what I pay him. So why pay him? So if he's going to be unhappy, I just won't pay him. Anyway, so I told Adam, my producer, I said, Adam,
producer.
I said, Adam, I said, ask John, because I can't even deal with it anymore. I go, ask John what he wants to get paid. Because I'm like, tell me what you want. And that way, we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, we'll cut that in half and
no, because if I pay him, no matter what it is, it's like, I can't believe it. So I'm like, tell me what you want to get paid.
Ray is sticking up the chat. What? Nobody pay attention. Surely that's not happening. Thank you.
No,
Pat.
Ray's in the chat. Ray did a show earlier.
State Ranger, it is a
Ray. Have you noticed Pat Dixon's not? This is not why I'm here, but Ray, have you noticed Pat Dixon's numbers are up lately? Because you know why? Like the sorcerer said yesterday, predictable time, predictable content. Thank you.
Just watch BYB and do what they do. It is a rare opportunity to send Kevin a super chat on another show and not hosting MLC. We used to like Kevin a lot. We still do, but we used to too. Thank you, St. Ranger. Appreciate that. Send Ray the link. Get Kevin going. He's going. He's fine. He's
KB, do your plugs.
Over there drinking tea. Thanks, Tigger. Hilux Driver, thank you too. It's Chicken Man Brennan. Pat, you ever do shows with Justin
McKinney
or Bill Masters? No, I don't think.
Do you know them?
They sound familiar. I've heard.
No,
the
Justin McKinney, you have to know.
Okay,
because he worked Dangerfields. Bill Masters mostly comic strip, but yeah.
Those guys, Upper East Side dinosaur type comics.
No, Justin actually, he was the first guy I ever heard talk about Sound Exchange, about you gotta sign up your thing, and he told me that he made that speech at the green room at Dangerfields. But he's a hustler, and but I think he moved to Maine or something, or New Hampshire. And Bill Masters basically He never left Queens.
He's up there in Bob Marley country. You know what I
Bob
mean?
Marley country.
Yeah, where like that. Bob Marley is the only comedian you need in Maine, and that guy can sell out any room in Maine.
Yeah, and it's all about shoveling snow.
Yeah.
His whole act about shoveling snow.
Charlie Monroe. Hey, thanks, Charlie. Jimmy Martinez, Fat Bobby Kelly, Gary Goldman, Two Pump Bobby, Jim Gaffigan. How many stand-ups have you had physical altercations with?
That's a fair point, Charlie Monroe.
Yeah.
That's a fair point. To be fair, I used to fight, I used to fight as a kid. I remember Billy Graves. He was he was my best friend, but we would just fight. One time I was like, we were fighting in my backyard. I don't know what age we were, but like people were like, we were kind of holding, like not holding each other, but like fighting, but like no one was moving. And so somebody said to Billy Graves, "Billy, get up." And he goes, "I can't. Kevin's biting my ear." So so it's just whatever. I just fight the people that what I mean? I'm not looking to fight people I don't know. I'm never going to be a boxer. Jimmy Martinez, Fat Bobby Kelly, it was a fight that happened for a reason. I don't go to bars looking for fights with strangers.
Well, I don't know what happened with Jim Gaffigan, but in all these other cases, you just piss people off until they attacked you.
Right.
I mean, Jimmy Martinez, Fat Bobby, Gary Goldman, Two Pump Bobby, but you throwing a drink on you, which is hardly a fight. What happened with Gaffigan?
I think we were talking about that today. We were at the McDonald's. McDonald's on 8th Avenue, like 56th Street or 57th Street?
Mm-hmm, sure.
Anyway, it's, there's a lot of comedy clubs around there and whatever. So me, Geraldo, and Gaffigan were like we're all drunk and waiting for our food. And I don't know what happened, but me and Gaffigan just started kind of fighting. And then Geraldo broke it up. No good deed goes unpunished. Who's dead? Geraldo, the peacemaker.
The peacemaker, as he's known. Furious Cumia looking like an old Filipina.
He really is. He don't look good. Listen, I to my deathbed, I'll say Cumia is a great person. I'm gonna say great man. He's a fucking great guy. He's funny as fuck, and he's a great guy to hang around with. So, but he don't look good in that studio.
He is great. He's done some great things. I think he's done some important things. Even like he influenced the election in a way. He influenced the mayoral election there with Wiener's picture and stuff like that. I mean, he's done some stuff, and he's obviously a legendary radio guy. But you're right about him being just a great guy too. Fun to hang out with, fun to play cards with. All that shit. He's right.
Yeah, he's always funny. He's never like in a weird mood. He's always. I mean, maybe after you punched Gino, he was in a weird mood because he said, "Not today, Pat." Right? What he said to you when he saw you?
I don't want to. Not one fucking word. I don't want to hear one fucking word.
That's fucking great. I wish I was there. I wish I was. I don't want to be in Sullivan's necessarily. I want to be with you when Cumia walks in, where he says, "Not a fucking word, Pat." God, that must have been fucking golden.
Yeah, it was a real moment. I felt bad, I was like, "Holy shit!"
Plus, you're reading the paper, right? When you're reading the
Post, hanging out in the reception area, and I was like
doing some prep.
I was so shocked he was fucking mad. I was like, "Why is he so mad?"
He loves Gino. Gino loves him.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess maybe the aftermath looked worse than I realized it would. Douglas Nelson, hey Doug. Sorry I can't be there tonight, Pat. Kevin, if you wish to read the poor chat in my place, I'm perfectly fine with it. Have a good night, all. Thank you, Doug, for the permission. Yeah, we read the poor chat sometimes, and
not me.
In a character, I didn't think so. Voltaire, 325 KB. How much are you paying that bum, Stuttering John, to come?
Less than he asked for.
Always. Look at this. Edgar, member for 1 month. KB is the king of the Dabbleverse. Fuck Levy. Yep, that is 100% true. Thank you, Edgar. Detroit loves spotting KB in the wild. Yeah, the rare spotting.
No, I was just ready to go. I'm like, I thought I'm definitely gonna do it. Today's show was fun. I'm like, let me just do another. I just thought they would do a pop-up show, and I'm like, I'm gonna do a pop-up on their pop-up because I just thought there was so much today with John on my show and calling Ray an idiot and he's a punching bag. And I'm like, John, there's 2 networks dedicated to punching you, but he's calling Ray a punching bag. So I thought they have to do an emergency show, and they didn't. I was shocked.
They
Anyway,
dropped the ball. They're not
they
even
dropped the ball.
not even true to their own mission. I mean, Bobby, with one show, he starts a new network. He's bringing back the resurgent Levy-verse.
And he's done one show since last Wednesday, 10 days ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
So again, he's and then he's going to do a haunted house show. I'm still waiting for that.
Yeah. I mean, look.
I signed up for the Levy-verse because I love haunted house shows.
How could you not with promos like this?
What is happening? This is Bob Levy, and I want to personally invite you into the house to watch the Levy-verse. The Levy-verse. The Levy-verse. What in the bloody hell is the Levy-verse? Well, it is shows, and shows you don't.
This has got to be I guess it's an AI, but I thought it was Bob reading this at first, and I thought it's perfect that he would go, it is shows, and shows you don't.
I mean, it's fucking idiotic.
The fucking totally wrong. The Levy-verse. The Levy-verse. What the hell is the Levy-verse?
It is things your human eyes have seen before and things they have not. It is lots of fun, and it is super confusing, much like Gina's life with me. And most importantly, no Ray DeVito.
Wow.
So please join us at Levy-verse coming this November. We hope, fingers crossed. If not, I will drown these fucking producers who don't get this shit done. You know who you are, Levy-verse.
You know who you are, Levy-verse.
So bad. So it failed once. Now he's bringing it back, and he's done one show since the 7th. And what's today? The 7th. Today's, what is it, Saturday now? So it's the 17th.
I got you an audience, Bobby. Do something. Come on, Bobby.
Bobby.
Thanks, Detroit. Appreciate that. KB is so wrong. Kumia won't do a super chat show to rip his fans off. Kumia does content. F. Bobby Tempuro, Newport wannabe.
Bobby Tempuro.
Didn't they make fun of you for doing not make fun of you, but like, yeah, well, they did kind of make fun of you for going on YouTube for super chats before.
Who did?
Fucking E-Rock and Kumi.
No, they said it wouldn't last. It wouldn't. It said they're gonna. This is the show. I think it did a show with Carla. And he's like, yeah, Brennan's reading super chats. That won't last. It's like, I don't make predictions. I just do a show every day, and then sometimes bonus shows. But I don't make predictions. I do the show, try to provide some content, and then see what happens.
Ditka, Kevin, if Levy had thrown a drink on Tukey, would he have multiplied like a gremlin? That's good.
First of all, it was a weird meeting, Tukey. I'm not gonna lie. And the whole, I was just watching Chris Abel. That's how lonely I was tonight. I was watching Chris Abel's. Chris Abel, because I was waiting for some clue if they're gonna do a fucking pop-up show on the Shuley Network. And then Chris Abels was like, I would have thrown a drink on Brennan too. And I was like, wow, these guys are trained. These guys are trained assassins.
He wouldn't have thrown any drinks on you.
Bob told him to. He would have.
He needs that drink.
That's true,
man. That was such a fucking bad move. People say a bitch move. I don't want to sound combative, but it's a bitch move to throw a fucking drink on somebody. And then like people, I swear to God, man, the way they were acting the next day when they look at the video, and I know that this has all been litigated and talked about and shit, but it's just like they were so fucking proud, the way everything's a win, man. I mean,
everything.
This is not a win in any shape or form. Gifted one Pat Dixon membership.
What do you get for the Pat Dixon membership?
You're $25.
No, what do you get?
I'm still working that out. I
sound like Levy now.
I was told though that no, you don't need to do anything. Just have it.
No, you got to do something. You got to give me your number or something. Wait, it's $25?
Yeah. No.
What do they get for $25?
I'm kidding. It's the lowest amount that YouTube recommends. I think it was $2.99. I think it's $2.99. And
it was $25. I'm so dumb. I'm feeling like Levy right now.
Well,
Melissa Young gifted 5. Thank you, Melissa.
I swallow cum.
they've really chilled that out, haven't they? I mean,
No, because it's embarrassing.
yeah, they're finally.
Melissa Young gifted 5. Thank you, Melissa.
I swallow cum.
That was the one. That's only 5. We know he's sucking a lot of dick for 5. Thank you, Mark. Michael Smith. Problem with YouTube is Kumia can't be completely uncensored and free to say whatever he wants. Well, I think that he was on the radio for a long time, and I think he can, whatever lines there are to go in between, he can do it. Keep it between those lines. I think he mostly. I don't see him doing a lot of stuff recently on Compound that would be that controversial on YouTube.
Yeah, plus he knows what words you can't say, so he don't say them anyway.
Right.
He does, he's not going to say the N word or whatever, He might say the R word or the F word, but he's not going to say I don't think YouTube cares unless it's the N word.
And basically, unless you're like,
and Kumia didn't even say that on his show. Like he would say it as soon as the show ended.
Yeah, I think it comes to a point where that even if you're behind a paywall, somebody's going to record it. It's going to get out.
Yeah. Plus, he's got such
publicly.
Plus, he has such a reputation for being racist that he can't really just say it. I mean, you got to be careful.
And that might be the only problem on YouTube is since his reputation precedes,
right.
You might watch him really closely. But I think he might be able to pull it off. 6 million. Can't wait to see you in Vegas, KB. Fuck Shuley. Yep. See you in Vegas, KB.
If Chad's gonna box Melton, I'll be there.
I don't think that's gonna happen. It
doesn't happen.
Like he wants first class, and he wants.
So how is that? How's that a problem? First class. It's not that much more.
Fuck Chad's first class. Give me a fucking break. It's just him being a fucking prima donna.
First class. He wants him and his entourage in first class.
I want to get drunk in first class. Yeah, I want the whole row.
That's true.
That's just
Chad will land in Vegas hammered if he gets free drinks.
I mean, Jesus. And then, like, not only that, but like, you're already getting a flight out there to do a thing. It's like, just do it if you're going to do it. If you really want to fight somebody and do it, but I don't think he does. I mean,
it'll be great though. Melton fighting Chad.
I wish it would happen.
Boxing.
It's not going to happen. A lot of shit has to occur to do something like that. They have to do all kinds of fucking, they have to get some kind of certification. They have to, there's a lot of like red tape apparently to do that.
You have to sign a thing like Bobby wanted me to sign in case I beat him, in case he beats me half to death. I have to sign a thing while I won't litigate it.
Right. which is an issue. I
wouldn't sign it. I wouldn't sign it. Gina actually presented it to me.
I was a little nervous having you on, actually, Kevin, because of I don't want Patrick. I was afraid Melton might be mad at me.
He's all right.
Gifted 1 membership. Thanks again, Mark. Appreciate that. Why not? This one just takes a second.
Melissa Young gifted 5. Thank you, Melissa.
I swallow.
Yeah, and that's awesome. More members, more. The more the merrier. Dennis Michaels. He pays Gino so he doesn't have to bury him. Lame.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. I guess because he would die without Kumia's money.
So it's cheaper to just pay him.
Mm-hmm. He's cheaper alive than dead. Apparently,
cheaper to keep her.
Cheaper to keep her. Furious Pat. Serious question. Oh boy, I don't know if you've been asked this before. But didn't the sound of Chrissy's voice annoy you, or is that why you did it with her more than Frank?
Furious.
I know.
Furious. What's got you chipping?
I didn't. You know what? I didn't mind the sound of Chrissy's voice at all. Really. I mean, personally, it was fine. She talks like that more on. It annoys me more now that I'm not fucking her. I will say that. I mean, that definitely is a factor. And when you're fucking somebody, it's you know how it is.
Yeah, her voice interviewing Kumia, like right off the bat. I try to watch it, and I'm like, I can't. So I was gonna watch it if I sniped the show tonight, as just something else to a different content.
Mm-hmm.
But the Chrissy voice is rough on me. Plus, she acts like she's another one. She's got all the answers, and people are saying that Compound Media is going to be shut down. Chrissy, it's going to be shut down. Trust me.
You ought to see her when she does stand up. The first thing she says when she comes out, that she says, "Hi," and it's like the highest high voice that you can
Yeah,
possibly
it's
get.
horrible.
It's rough. John Carson, Cumia may have a lease on the studio he can't get out of. I think it expires. Well, look, if he got a 10-year lease, but
Right.
I think they might have re-signed. I just don't know. And you're right about that. If he has a lease he can't get out of, that might be an issue.
But he can get out of it. It's and it's New York City. And people sign all kinds of leases. He can get out of it. All due respect to Johnny Carson. Also, Johnny Carson, were you in Atlantic City? I didn't meet him, unless maybe I did. But I don't think I did. I
Let
thought
us
he was
know.
going.
If you get an answer on that, Tass, let us know if he answers in the regular chat.
Oh, you have a moderator.
Yes, gotta have a moderator. It's Tass here. William Borgeson, Borgo, Pat. We're all turning to stone having to look at this frozen vid of horse face here. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's like
And he owns horses.
He knows from horses. This man knows a horse face when he sees one. Thanks, Borgo. Appreciate that. And sorry about the long freeze there. John Carson, Kumi may have a. Oh, wait, we already did that. And that's okay. So my bad. We went through Bentley already. And now Dixon Ant already discussed this in detail. He wants to do 3 to 4 1-hour shows on Compound a week, then one free YouTube show on Fridays to try and draw in subs. Yeah, but again, he's going to have so much fun doing the YouTube show that it's going to it's gonna get tougher to do those regular compounds.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. So that might just be a natural way for him to transition into more YouTube because like when he plays video games, he gets super chats. But if he was doing a live show, and then he'll go, oh, I got to do more of these YouTube shows, and then he'll just be like, okay, Compound is done, because the Compound things are like, the YouTube is just better. Like even reading the super chats, like this is not even my show. This is more fun than just me and Pat talking because we're interacting with super chats and people with different takes and different opinions. It's just more interesting. That's a fact.
Yeah, and the people we were talking exactly about the things that they're bringing up too. So
right,
sort of
so
direct.
Kumia we're like, well, this is fun, and I'm making money, and a lot of people have a lot of questions about Kumia, and not just the O&A stuff, just like political and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, that's probably what he'll do, Pat Dad Dixon.
And watch the 3 to 4 1-hour shows.
Right.
That's fine.
He'll do maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
But then and then watch the YouTube shows will go on for an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah, but he'll do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday Compound, then Thursday, Friday. YouTube, and then eventually he'll just be like, fuck the Compound Media.
Unlike
I just want Gino to be homeless. That's all I want.
Look, that's all anybody cares about, I think.
Right.
Compound is already free. I canceled when they fired Pat. Thank you, Dennis Michaels. Man, you're a real mensch. I still can log in after a year. Real tight shit.
That's a long time. That's a long time. A year's a long time to still be able to log in.
I read some stuff on Reddit sometimes, and I've seen some much longer ones, 4 years. Like I gave it up years ago, and I still can see everything on there.
It's such a bad. You can't cancel. It's so bad. I tried to cancel one time. I had to call my bank, and I was going to be like, I'm going to have to cancel my credit card. It's fucking ridiculous.
And all the people who want to cancel can't, and all the people who don't really watch it anymore still have the network.
Right.
Borgson, look out, KB. Kumi is going to draw away Bentley, and I'm going to Opie, according to Opie.
I know.
I'm going to take all your super chatters.
That's why Melton went to Atlantic City to steal all the high rollers.
Yeah, I mean, look.
And then he's having lunch at Bentley down at the Brigada food court. Yeah, you can't trust anybody in this fucking Dabbleverse hackverse.
Like, here's what I can offer you. Jesus. Age of Quarrel. Patreon and YouTube are user-friendly and widely known, which makes them attractive. The standalone indie paywall thing has rarely worked for anyone. Yeah, it didn't work very... I mean, look, Censored.tv, I think, is the only exception that I know of, and it's working great. there's a lot of like I said, but he did it right. There's a lot of good shows, and they maintain a standard, and I really think it's a great network. But Cozy, you know, here's the thing about Cozy. You get a lot of people in the chat, right? And they're saying stuff, and then you're like, you know, all right, there's 50 people in here, 60, 80, and then, you know, somebody just starts going on a Jew rant, you know what I mean? And spamming it with, and I mean,
That
hardcore.
me? Is that
No,
me?
hardcore, the way where, I mean, just,
All the Shoolies?
I'm sort of shocked about the stuff you say about the Shoolies, and then like the stuff that they would say is like downright fucking, you know, a lot more.
Send me the link. Send me the link.
What's it like being the richest panhandler, Kev? This from Kenny. From here, it looks like your parents' preference for Neil made you a defensive narcissist, while the handouts led to next level imposter syndrome.
Jesus, it's pretty heavy for Friday night at 12:38. Listen, first of all, Neil is spelled wrong. I've never heard of the expression defensive narcissist.
Well, you're a defensive and a narcissist. I think it's just, I don't think it's an actual term. But, you know, I think the key word is from here, you know? I mean, what you're seeing is what you're seeing, but a defensive narcissist.
First of all, my parents' preference was not Neil. Neil was cut out of the will. I wasn't. So my dad hated Neil, and my mom's a dumb cunt. So run with that, Kenny. And this is me being nice.
Look for Kevin and Neil's mom on the next episode of Blocks.
I gotta get it wrong.
Colt C. Will KB in the Douglas seat be reading the free? No, he will not with a cool announcer voice or otherwise.
It's kryptonite to me.
Thank you, Colt C. Melton said he would do a show with the sorcerer.
He did?
Oh,
well, John said too. So we're gonna get John on first because John and the sorcerer would be. We're gonna get John a little drunk too for the sorcerer. That'd be incredible.
Yeah, I don't know. You can see getting him a little drunk. What is that? That's like only 18 beers or something like that.
He says he needs 10 beers to get a buzz.
He did me mention the other day. I think I had 25 beers.
10 beers to get a buzz.
Jesus, I was pretty much
try edibles, man. If you need 10 beers to get you a buzz.
Was well into my fucking night by 10 beers. I mean, that's
Jesus Christ.
Now, what do you think the sorcerer is going to want to know about? I mean, you know the sorcerer well, and you know him. You know, you've seen him talk to these guys. What do you think he'll say to fucking? Because him and Matt Reese, it seemed like Matt Reese wasn't really picking up a lot of what the sorcerer was laying down. You know, he's just kind of like the sorcerer would say something. Joe would be, well, you know, here's the thing about that. He didn't really like. Quite he didn't seem to understand it, oddly enough, you know. But now I see why he's been in therapy so long. He doesn't get what they're saying.
It's 20 years.
I don't know.
With the same guy. That's incredible.
Boy, the guy who really blew it with that was Ski Mask. I mean, he missed an opportunity. I saw
he's a mess. Ski Mask is a mess. He's a mess.
In rehab, like he had a needle in his arm or something, if that was a real thing.
Where'd you see on Twitter?
On Twitter, yeah. He had there was a picture that he tweeted out. He had a needle in his arm, some kind of an IV, and he's detoxing or something.
Oh, good. Well, I'll have him on. If he's in the hospital detox, I'll have him on.
Thou shalt not be relevant. Catalano's 1536.
Yeah, that's Joey C.
Scam bait. That's pretty good. Thou shalt not be relevant. Furious. Joey C's church is the only collection plate that comes back more times than a meth head throwing a boomerang.
Joey C. Yeah, you got to join his church.
I look, you could do worse. I have found now he's pretty good at acting like he believes all this shit if he doesn't, because I watched like a half hour of his stream the other day and I was like, this is a different guy, you know.
What do you mean? What does that even mean? A different guy?
Because before he used to be like, yeah, I'll tell you another thing, Melton. Fuck you, Melton. Fuck you. He was just so nuts.
Yeah. So what is it? He's better now.
I'm the king of this Dabbleverse and all this shit.
I'm the. No, he wasn't the goat. He was the baby goat.
Yeah, he was the baby goat, John. But he was chill and he just sat there talking. It was like overhearing a pleasant conversation in a restaurant.
By himself the other day when he was walking around.
He was just he was not the walk and talk, but he was sitting in the studio just you know. And here's another thing I have to just really chill out and. He going through a bunch of stuff. Now I had him on the show once, and he wanted to talk about baseball a lot, and I kept steering him away from that.
Yeah,
it's like, no, I don't give a shit what you have to say about your past in baseball. But
He was a
On the
bat
whole,
boy allegedly, but I have people that say he was never a bat boy for the Chicago Cubs.
that's kind of why I didn't really want to press it because I didn't really think it was true. Jarhead forgot Landau. Oh, what about Landau? Did you? Oh
No,
yeah,
from
the
a
fight
super
with Landau.
chat when
Yeah,
they mentioned all the people I touched,
physical altercation with
put my
Landau.
hands on. That was kind of a game changer.
How so?
On Sirius Satellite Radio, I literally was like, in my head, I'm like, my move is to pummel this motherfucker.
Yeah. He was bad on Kumia's show. I thought bad for Kumia's show. I don't know about bad on it, but he was really bad for it. I thought he really took a lot of the fun out of the show. Always trying to bring things back to the middle. Well, there's points on both sides, and you
Plus,
could just
everything he said was a reference to a fucking movie.
yeah, they're talking about an election or something. He's talking
No
about
matter what, it was like,
automobiles.
remember, it was like that movie. It's like, shut the fuck up, man. We're grown-ups. Everything's not like a movie.
Have you ever noticed when you work with people? Wait, hold on one second. AZ Cats, you're on a plane for 9 hours. Melton, Ray, or Chad?
I said Ray.
Ray would have some quirky,
Yeah, but
thing.
Ray wouldn't take it. I mean, Melton's too big to sit next to, and Chad would be a mess. And Ray, I didn't even notice this, but somebody pointed out that Ray's not a big man, so you want not a big man sitting next to you on a 9-hour flight.
And Chad would be like up on his knees with his hands on the windowsill, looking out the whole time.
Yeah, and Chad even admits that he has like a bouncy knee because he goes, I had lunch with my real dad. His knee was bouncing the whole time we were having lunch. So it looks like he's nervous or something. So you don't want that. You don't want that for 9 hours of bouncing.
I love it when you have to add the word "real" when you're talking about your dad.
You're my
John
real dad.
Hey Kevin, do you like Ween?
Yeah, the band.
Yeah.
Is that Ween?
Yeah, that's a Ween song. Are you into Ween?
I don't
I
even
like
know.
Ween.
I was kidding. I thought he was making a dick joke. I didn't know Ween was a real.
I never
it's
thought
like
of it as a Ween.
No, I thought it was like the peen and then Ween.
Yeah, they're great. They broke up in like 2014, but I saw them live like the year 2000 or something. They were they played for 3 hours. They were great. Thanks, John Rafferty. Appreciate that. I'll try and work up some more Ween songs in the future. Dat Pix and Levy will definitely get it right this time around on his 17th podcast with a 4th attempt at a quote network.
Thank you, Dad.
Boom. Good to know. Affy, member for 1 month. I just got.
I mean, that's right. Levy's a fucking clown. Like the fact that he thinks that like this is I'm coming back. He already failed Levyverse in November. It was going to be a game changer. He quit, and he's quitting again. He's a fucking idiot. But he's going to do a haunted fucking house tour with his wife. It's like, Bob, shut the fuck up. Just do it, and then tell us what you did instead of predicting what you're going to do.
Talking it up. We got a lot of great shows planned. We're gonna go, you know what I mean, to haunted houses. Yeah, what's he gonna say about a haunted house? Joy Gina smells weird. Really smells odd, doesn't it? Oh yeah. What do you? Probably a lot of shit happened in here. People sitting and watching TV here.
Right. Somebody's probably murdered here.
Yeah. Haunted house tour never gonna happen. A tour of them. I just got
not just one, a bunch of he's gonna do a whole fucking series about it.
Happy member for 1 month just got baptized by Father Samuel.
Joseph Samuel Catalano.
Yeah, he's if he starts, you know what he should start doing is wearing a black turtleneck with like a big crucifix on the outside.
That's right. Like he's doing exorcism, so when he's not on the show,
change the whole look, man. Really go for this whole fucking. Just go all the way.
Commit to it, Joey. C.
I keep thinking about this ridiculous fucking haunted house tour. Like, who would be shooting that? You know what I mean?
It would cost so much money just to pay someone to follow you around. And we're gonna check out all. Bob sees stuff on TV. He's like, I want to do that, and then he never fucking does anything.
Yeah, no, doesn't even, like you said, he doesn't even do the house, sitting in the house, his own house, his own home.
Right. He don't have to leave his house. He's done one show since last Wednesday, 10 days now. but he's gonna go on a fucking haunted house tour. I mean, seriously, man.
Joey
God damn,
C.
I'm gonna drive to his house right now and ask him about the haunted house tour.
Like, when's it happening, Bobby? Joey C. one time said he was arguing with Melton, and Melton
On his show on the phone.
Yeah, they ended up getting on the phone eventually, but it was after that because he took on Mr. Big Shot. Mr. Big Shot was going to confront Melton, and Mr. Big Shot's like, yeah, is this Patrick?
Yeah, he's so wispy.
Yeah, is this Patrick? And he had nothing to say, and then Joey jumped on and yelled at him until fucking Melton hung up on him. I almost said threw up on him, but he hung up on him, and then we heard him celebrating afterwards, and he's like, fuck yeah, I'm the king of the Dabbleverse. Here's what he said. He goes, I'm the king of the Dabbleverse. Fuck the Dabbleverse. I am the Dabbleverse. Fuck the Dabbleverse.
It all goes through the me.
He's the man. KB, is it true that Bob shoes flew off as beloved Chatter carried him away, kicking and screaming? Did he really try to beat you half to death with a dustpan?
Yes. The dustpan is a fact.
He charged you with a dustpan.
Yeah, he was picking up anything that was available to him. He threw a fucking once he threw the drink at me, he grabbed, there's another video, he grabbed a bunch of cups and he threw them, I think, with his left hand. He was just grabbing anything that was there.
Yeah. And the first drink he threw, he didn't throw the glass too, right? It was just
he wanted to hold on because souvenir cup.
Right. I just, man, I know that he must have been real mad. But what the fuck did he think was going to happen? I know that, like, you don't really think it through in a situation like that always, but it seems to me like he's just trying to cause a big scene and it sounds like what he wanted to happen happened. I mean, like, he knows better than that.
Does he?
First of all,
he shows up at a thing he's not invited to, and then he's hanging around. What the fuck? And then I was a bitch for approaching him. I was like, what was I supposed to wait for him to approach me like Sadie Hawkins?
Yeah.
I went up, I said, Bob, you're looking for me. I said exactly, even though I was a little drunk, I said exactly the appropriate thing. Bob, are you looking for me? And then he was like, oh, Incredible Hulk.
Instantly enraged. What was he so mad about? And did his shoes fly off?
No, he thinks he thought he had he probably knew I was filming it, so he knew he had to act mad because, I still don't know exactly what he thought if he's there, like I'm gonna write him a check. Like, kind of, Bob's an idiot. He's married like 6 or 7 times. He's a fucking idiot. Yeah. Anyway, beloved Chatter, the legend, Leo Gunn's a legend. I don't think he lost his shoes. But according to the story, and beloved Chatter is a big dude, so he's bigger than Bob. So according to the legend, he picked Bob up, and Bob was like kicking his feet. When you pick up a kid and they're still men, they're kicking their feet. That's what Bob was doing. That's what
it was described to me. Yeah.
Yes. So if that's true, that's fantastic.
Oh man.
Beloved Chatter, #1 chatter of the year, picking up Bob Levy. And Bob's kicking and his shoes fall off.
It shows how important the chatters are, doesn't it? Scambait, KB, would you rather roast a fat Jimmy Martinez or an Ethiopic Bobby Kelly? I guess a very skinny Bobby Kelly with numerous stories of his deek.
First of all, both. Yes, both.
Is Jimmy Martinez?
Did he imagine a skinny Bobby Kelly?
No, I can't.
That's a whole.
It's so crucial to his fucking personality. I mean, like, fatness is his whole thing.
Right, that's his hook.
Yeah, he's got a cigar now. Like he has these cigar shows where they smoke a cigar together, and I don't get it. I don't get the fucking people who smoke cigars always look like they just fucking made a big deal on Wall Street or some shit like that.
Yeah, but they didn't. Bobby Kelly didn't do dick.
No, they're
no, they look like it's like a victory lap, but nobody's impressed anymore.
Fuck cigars, man. I mean, I never understand people who are trying to big time everybody with their cigars. Nick Killian, hey Pat, long time fan of KB. Quick question: why does my wife not understand the Dabbleverse, even though I explain it in great detail? The detail's the problem. You got to just go broad strokes, the
What are
same
the
way.
broad strokes? Give us the broad strokes.
Here's the broad strokes. It's just a sort of a community of people on YouTube that keeps interacting with each other, even though they fight all the time, and appearing on each other's shows, changing alliances. It's like Dynasty, but on the internet.
And there's no end in sight, right?
No, I don't think so. It's great. If anything,
I'm asking for Nick Killian's wife.
oh, I would say no, because I mean, people are always starting there's new shows coming up that are just watching all this shit. Good question, Nick. I could give you some more answers on that later. AZ Cat, but we're a little behind. AZ Cats, play the PBS Neil video. It's time to debunk.
I'll play it
live.
tomorrow, AZ. I'll play it tomorrow. I'll do a show tomorrow night. I'll play it tomorrow.
He appeared on PBS.
Wow.
So it's another new thing with Neil.
No, I watched 4 seconds of it. Somebody sent it to me. I think AZ sent it to me. He sent it to Adam. Adam sent it to me. I watched 4 seconds. I was already like disgusted by it. So I realized I have to watch it. So I don't know if it's on YouTube. I'll have to check tomorrow, but I'll watch it tomorrow. It's unbelievable. Like the first 4 seconds, I'm like, it's disgusting. Like Neil lives in a fantasy. Like him and Bob Levy should do a show. They live in a fucking fantasy world, the two of them.
Well, I felt bad for like sort of laughing about what everything he was saying and everything. I could see it was kind of torture for you to be watching it, but and I didn't. The last thing I wanted to do,
which thing?
When we watched Saturday, it was a Saturday night a couple of weeks ago, and we watched Neil on.
That one, yeah,
yeah. It was like, and it just was everything he was saying was so like fucking, self-congratulatory, but disguised as like telling on himself and stuff. And like he's so proud of the self-awareness he has, and yet he's also pointing out how flawed he is, and he's like really opening up. But while he's doing that, he's really pointing the finger at your dad and other people. It's just like, fuck, man. I mean, this guy has he's like weaponized all this psychological recovery shit into and like
it's everybody else. It's like when I saw Amy Schumer's fucking fat face, I'm like, it's everybody's fault but hers. It's her doctors, it's the babies, it's the med she's taking. It's like nobody just goes like, I'm a fucking piece of shit and I gotta fucking man up, That's what Neil won't do. Neil's like, it's my dad. My dad's been dead for like 10 years now.
Yeah.
And he's still like, my dad. My dad, what? You bitch. That's why wars were good. Because wars made fucking men out of men. You know what I mean? You came back from a war, you're like, you didn't care about the CVS line. You know what I mean? It gave you perspective. So so people, they don't fight wars now. So people are just like, I'm mad about nothing. And they have to, and so Neil's mad about nothing. Neil's a bitch. I might drive right now. If I wasn't drunk, I would drive right now to beat
California.
the fuck out of Neil and then Levy on the way back. I mean, it's like when I saw Amy Schumer, she's like, hey, thanks, guys. Yeah, my face. How about you're a fat fuck, you cunt?
No, your face matches your whole fucking body.
She's always been fat, but now she's blaming it on meds. It's like, just go, yeah, I ate too many chicken parms.
That face, man, it looks like she's got a mouthful of chicken parm already, though. I mean,
It's so funny. Her mouth is real little, and her face is gigantic. It's like a pig's face, It's like you see a pig, and it has this big fucking fat head and a little mouth. It's like, how do you get so fat with a little mouth? But it's not her fault. It's the meds. It's her doctor. It's her babies. Nobody ever takes responsibility for anything.
Yeah, she was already getting there without whatever meds she's taking. But like Amy is too proud of herself right now, in my opinion. You know what I mean? She should be a little ashamed. KP and when the fuck is Chad first class? Good question. Never. Unless you're talking about a first class fucking criminal.
Liar.
Not even a good criminal. Not a good liar.
I can't even shit on people now. I have so many rotating people.
Yeah.
Between,
that you hate, or that?
No, between Ray and Chad and Stunner John, I have to like be careful. It's like I'm like a shitty parent. I'm like a mother of 12 I have to be like, no, they're all there. I love them all equally.
I forget Chad, man.
Chad's
Now, let me wonder,
Chad's
why is
misunderstood.
Chad?
He's a great person. He's
No, he's not.
no, but that's what I have to say as a mom of 12.
What am I misunderstanding? Hold on, I'll play the clip again. What am I misunderstanding?
that
I will fuck you up, Pat. I will fuck you up, bitch. I will fuck you up. I will fly to fucking Knoxville right now to fuck you up.
Okay, somebody tell me that's not great content. Please, somebody tell me. Borgo, any of the high rollers, explain to me how that's not great content.
So it's
Chad
great.
was drunk. Me and Adam were sober. That was great fucking content.
Sure, but he's not misunderstood. There's nothing ambiguous about that. I don't think.
Of course not.
The only thing I didn't understand was like, how could he be that fucking mad? And I know what it was. First of all, he's jealous because you guys have a bond, and like he doesn't like
deep bond.
I forgot, a very deep bond, and he also was mad because I fucking played his set, but it's like I didn't record it. I didn't fucking,
Right. He was mad about that.
But when he tells me I'm not a comedian, and then he's like, "How come you're not obeying the comics code?" It's like because I'm not a comedian.
I'm not a comedian.
Yeah, I'm finished. I'm done. It's a wrap. You're done.
I'll fly to Knoxville right now.
Yeah, come to Knoxville, motherfucker.
Peyton Manning is going to pick me up.
What the fuck? He was insane. He was so fucking mad. And I talked about him the next night, I guess, or that night, actually. I went on my show and talked about him at length to point out, like, look, man, you don't even like comedy. I don't even think he likes stand-up.
No, he used comedy. He said that in my roast. It's a famous line. As Tom Cassidy, he used comedy. He doesn't love it. He used it like a cheap whore.
He used it to what? To get mocked?
To get famous.
To get to where he is today.
Yes.
I mean, he came out of the radio. Have you ever seen a good stand-up that came out of radio? Originally a radio guy, then they became a comic. I never have. There's more lawyers who became fucking comics.
I can't even comment. I love them all equally.
He's misunderstood. John Carson, I was there. He was there. Okay, he was an AC. I was one of the 10 idiots.
Yeah, but he didn't come up to me ever. He didn't say I'm Johnny Carson. I mean, I know what he looks like because of the bare ribs, Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, he said he was one of the 10 idiots who bought tickets for the shite show, went home in disgust after. So I missed you.
He went home in disgust. The show was so bad, he went home in disgust.
So bad, I got to leave town.
Canoe was so bad, I'm driving home.
I mean, I don't know.
I had no idea, Johnny Carson. I'm glad I asked.
I mean, it sucks when you buy tickets for something and then you get there and you're like, oh, I don't need a fucking ticket. Great.
Yeah,
that's number one. Number two, you get there, the house lights are all on. They're talking into a Costco mic, karaoke mic, and there's
the drive all the way home.
It's that bad, I guess. I mean, maybe he was afraid of what might happen if he saw Chad,
right.
I mean, but then again, whatever. I mean, Chad, granted, it was a bad situation, but if he booked the thing, it was on him to fix that too. If you book something and you're the guy who's producing it and shit, you're the one that has to like make sure it's a decent situation for comedy.
Get a couple producers.
Yeah. Yeah, their responsibility. There was plenty of blame to go around.
Exactly. Chad was like, I didn't book it. There was a couple producers.
He didn't book it. I thought he booked it. And there is a piano, KB. What?
No. Ken Mosca booked it. That's why Gino was on the show, because he's friends with Ken Mosca. So he thought he'd book all these guys that don't necessarily get along, blah, blah, blah.
Ken Mosca? I mean, why would I thought that Chad was saying, well, I said it'll be weird, so I booked him.
No, Chad didn't book it. Ken Mosca booked it.
He was making it sound like that, though, wasn't he?
Yeah, but Chad makes a lot of shit up.
Oh, I forget. We can't put any faith in what he says. Red Bar has 3,000 subs at $11 a piece. Ain't bad.
I've been hearing that forever. Let's see the 1099.
Show me the numbers.
Show me the numbers.
He's so fucking specialized though with what he's. I mean, like his fans are like.
Listen, I'm like, I don't care. $11 a piece ain't bad. I know if it's true, it ain't bad. If it's true,
and especially if you can cut back as much as he has, which he has cut back some from what
No,
I.
he's sick. Plus he's I forgot what I was gonna say. Scambait. KB called his banker, but I don't even know what he's saying.
He said KB called his banker, but I hardly know her.
Oh, a banker. The old
Thanks, Scambait. Hack. Thank you.
He's shitting on his own super chat.
He came back with his own hack. Kenny, textbook defensive narcissism. Answer the question. What was the question again?
I don't know.
Let me see if I can.
It's not textbook. Is this textbook?
I don't know, man. I mean, look. Kenny's obviously the psychiatrist here. He's this. He might be the sorcerer.
He's not. He's not. I know the sorcerer in the super chats.
Are you the richest panhandler, Kev? He wants to know what it's like. What is it like, Kevin? That's the question. That's the only question mark we see. And then he describes all this shit. But the question was, what's it like being the richest panhandler? See, the reason he didn't answer the question is because it doesn't seem like a question. It seems rhetorical, like it's just setting up the insult.
Who, me?
I know with the question. Yeah, he's asking you, what's it like being the richest panhandler? And I said the reason that you didn't answer is because, it's like.
Okay, let me just explain something, okay. Kenny. Is like the clip we keep showing that Pat keeps showing about Chad is like I'm just trying to put on good shows. Like when I did a show at Compound Media, when I did a show at Kumia, I just want it to be a good show. I'm not worried about like where's the money coming from. Like today we had Ray on. We tried to get Alex Stein, he wasn't available. Then we tried to get Mike Buschetti, he wasn't available. Then we got Ray on. I'm like, okay, I told Adam, send Stuttering John the link. So that day I'm looking to do the best show. And that's exactly what Kumia said about when they had the sex at the St. Patrick's Cathedral. He said they could have stopped it, but they were like, this is good content. And they got all fired. So the point is like, I'm just trying to do a good show that day. I'm not looking to be the best panhandler. I'm not looking like, oh, where can I make money? You know, does this make sense, Pat? Or am I talking out of my ass?
Look, you're doing a show, and the super chats are there for a reason. They're there because people want to.
They're a reflection on the show,
right? And people are doing them everywhere. It's not like it's your fucking idea.
But I'm saying like I'm not a panhandler extraordinaire. I'm just trying to do a show that's entertaining for me and maybe the people watching.
Right, of course.
So and even today, I'm like, I told Adam, send Stuttering John the link because him and Ray have been fighting a couple days ago. I thought it might be good, and then it was funny. Like even I'm sitting there, I'm like, this is good fucking content. Like that's a fact. So I'm like, am I worried about like, oh, what about this? What about that? I'm not.
Right. So
I'm not worried about defensive narcissism.
And why is the panhandler business? Why do they say panhandler as if it's like? I mean, like.
Plus, I'm not. I didn't even know about super chats when I started doing the show. I didn't even know what a super chat was. Bob was like, "Let's do a show," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, let's do a live stream," because we're banned from Compound Media, and then we did it, and now we're here. So I'm never like even tomorrow. I'm not even looking for Monday. I'm looking for today and then tomorrow. That's it.
It's not like you're walking onto the train going, "Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, I hate to interrupt your day."
Right.
You know? I mean, like, if you want to talk panhandlers, steel toe,
Barry Ribs. Talking about Barry Ribs.
Yeah, Barry Ribs. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry to interrupt your day. You feel me? BYB podcast. IV confirmed by Ski on BYB tonight. Prevents seizure. Damn, he's in that withdrawal DT stage. Fuck, that is some deep alcoholism when you get to that.
He's on an IV?
Yeah, you got to really try to get that.
You used to drink.
I did, but I never got like that. I was still, I wasn't, I didn't need the IV level or anything. I don't see how a guy that young, and he is pretty young. He's in his 20s, early 30s, and he's already doing that shaking thing and that seizure thing. I mean, that's fucking insane. Thanks, Derek. It's Kenny again. Your salary relies on whims of literal cucks. Hi, Borgo. What do you mean literal cucks? It's not a
You
literal
mean
tug.
ball washers and dick riders?
Yeah, ball washers, dick riders, dick suckers, ass lickers. Basically everything in the midsection with a tongue. All that failing at stand up just so you can zoom nonsense into a laptop must be disheartening. Man,
It's
this guy's a
not.
real
It's
troll.
not. I had a good time. I'm having a good time now. I had a good time today. I had a good time with Chad and on Tuesday and Pat on Monday and the Wednesday show. Like, I'm just trying to have a good fucking time.
All that failing at stand up. Yeah, failed stand up. I mean, really, honestly, you're one of the most respected stand ups, among people.
Listen. Again, it was the same with
that.
stand-up. It's like I was trying to have a good show that day, and then maybe the next day. I was not looking like, oh, I'm going to become this. I'm going to become Richard Pryor, George Carlin. I was just like, I'm trying to do a good show today, and then make people laugh, and then do a show tomorrow. Same thing with this. It's like I'm not looking ahead. I'm
But
not looking like if I do this, I'll make a lot of money. I'm just trying to have a fucking entertaining show.
Kenny, I appreciate. Thanks for the $5.
Thanks for the $5, Kenny, you cocksucker.
I appreciate it, but it's like, but then all the stuff that he's saying is not a real thing. It's just he doesn't like you or whatever. So
Yeah, they
he's
troll me.
talking
I enjoy it.
Yeah. What the fuck is Bob's definition of perfect? He's always saying everything is perfect. What does he call a porta potty? Heaven?
Yeah,
You're-
Bob's whole thing is somebody sent me a thing in his house. It live, love, laugh. It's like, Bob, shut the fuck up. Haunted house. It's like, come on, man. Bob, we're all grown up. It's like, he's on his fourth wife. He's trying to make it work with his fourth wife. But it's a fucking joke. Furious knows.
I've got a dish towel that says, it's just like a regular ass blue dish towel and it's embroidered with the word believe.
Right. Believe what?
Believe
in this dish towel.
Yeah, I believe this will be absorbent enough to pick up this spill.
No, I mean, listen,
Perfect.
listen, you're on your fourth wife. You want this to work, so it live, laugh, love, or whatever the fuck he's saying. But
Didn't one time when you were trolling him, you go, when you were sniping him, you're like, live, laugh, Bob.
No, I don't even know what his catchphrases are.
Live, laugh, love. Holy shit.
Plus, he got so duped by fucking Shuley. Shuley's like, Bob, if you leave Brennan, Brennan's done. And Bob's like, yeah, you're probably right. So,
but that was all, and that you always just said like my money went up after Bob, and I think that was all your claim, all you ever really claimed.
No, I showed it to Melton, the fat fuck, because it's like I got it right on my phone. I'll just show it to you on my app.
Right? Yeah. You're not going to send it out like a printed copy or something.
Yeah, it's way easier. Yeah, I could print it and fax it, but it's way easier to just fucking show him right there. That fat fuck.
KB can send Joey C his giant wall crucifix to wear from prior years podcast. Do you have a giant wall crucifix?
Yeah, I used to.
And you still do too?
No, I used to when I did my porcelain documentary, and it was up the whole time. I had no idea. I was a real amateur back then. Borgo got me.
Look
at Borgo with is that his wedding picture?
I guess so.
Yeah, he's been married a couple of times, but he's a class act, and everyone was impressed by his. He did like a walkthrough at the bar. I mean, everybody. Borgo did look fantastic. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think that the way the sorcerer said it is like, yeah, you're in the wrong place. You don't.
No, he just walked in as like, I own horses. Do you own horses? He didn't say that, but it was implied with it the way he was carrying himself.
God, he should always say that. I own horses. Do you own horses? Okay. Thanks, Borgo. Scam bait, haunted house. Sure. Start with the house. Bobby.
Devil haunted. Just keep talking about this haunted house show. Shut the fuck up. Just do one show about a haunted house, then talk about it.
Yeah. Go see it. Maybe take some phone footage, and we have some clips from when we went to the haunted
about it.
house.
Don't talk about it before you do it. Just do it, then talk about it.
Because you're excited about it when you're talking about it, and then later you're like, when you have to do it, you're like, I don't feel like doing that shit.
Yeah, and there's no haunted houses.
You've already got your fucking, your nut by just talking about it. You don't need to go do it now. You've already got you've got about as much. That was the whole thing you wanted, was to get the congratulations for that. But yeah, where are the haunted houses? That's a good question. And I can't. What if
Ghost
he does it?
Hunters. We're gonna do a Ghost Hunter. We're gonna fucking gonna get Bill Murray over here.
We're gonna combine the ghost house concept with a cooking show. Kevin's cough. Bob Levy's going to be in love with a squirting flower.
Las Vegas.
Oh, Las Vegas. Oh shit, with a
I
squirting.
feel like
flower.
Stevie Lou. I'm a little drunk, so.
Why did I say love? That doesn't look like love at all.
No, but LV.
I thought they were abbreviating.
Kevin's cough.
What's with your cough, man? I mean,
I don't even have it. I lost it.
I hear you coughing, man.
I talk too much. If I talk too much, I got a cough.
Squirting flower, though, that would be a good one for him. What must Bob Levy do to mend the fence with KB? Skull. Yeah, I'd be curious because I'm gonna let you answer the question. I'm gonna step over the refrigerator real quick. I'll be right back, but I can hear you.
Jesus, what the fuck is this? Where's my face? What must Bob Levy do? First of all, 8 times, you know I'm a fan, but I'm not gonna do anything for this. This is a $40 THB, whatever the fuck that is. That's like $2 in our country. A. Thompson. He'd have to probably kill Shuley. I mean, minimum kill Shuley, and maybe Chris Abels. Yeah,
that's the least he can do, man. Is murder a couple of people to get back in your good graces.
Shuley and Chris Abels, and then he's welcome back.
2 guys, man. Come on.
I would never have him back, no matter what he did, until he did one show about a haunted house.
He's got to get that haunted house concept rolling.
Oh, he keeps talking about Bob. One show about a haunted house.
Well, Bob and I were going to do a show. This is before you guys were even doing a show, and it was.
Yeah, I saw that clip. Where you guys were gonna. Bob was in the Pat Dixon business.
Yeah, he was. We were doing it was called Resisting Arrest. And
I like the title.
Yeah, it was fine. And like we were going to just talk. Like it didn't really have much of a plan, but it's like, yeah, we work good together. And he was really big on doing it. And then like we did whatever. It just didn't catch on. Compound was like, you know how Compound was. They're just like sort of
Fat Rock.
Yeah, thanks for the fucking show, I guess. They didn't really have much to say about it. Then Bob one day had this idea that we would do a show that took place in like a dream with like a detective.
First of all, it's late. First of all, it's like, are you making stuff up?
I am not making.
But he's gonna do a show in a dream.
He wanted to do a show that I did not fucking understand what the fuck he was talking about. And he kept explaining it. And the more he explained it, the less I understood. So
where do you explain it? On the phone or in person?
On the phone. And I swear to God, man, it's absolutely true.
So he's gonna, after you did a couple of shows of resisting arrest, he said, "Let's do a show in a dream.
Let's do a show where we're in a dream, but we're playing different characters." I mean, I wish that.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
I was just like, okay, tell me more. And the
I
more he
said,
told
tell me less.
He just kept repeating it, and it was. I'm telling you, it's 100%.
Wow.
Cass knows about
Bobby.
Scambait. Thanks, Scambait. Appreciate that. Yeah, she knows about broad strokes. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure she does. Bro, can you get Danny on tomorrow's show? Danny or Tom on tomorrow's
I'd probably
show.
get Tom. I think Danny's busy, but maybe Tom.
Danny's in the biz, ain't he?
Not really. Not no more. You know how showbiz is.
It's a fickle bitch. Age of Quarrel, $5. Kevin, check out Ween's album White Pepper. It's their love letter to 70s rock, a la Steely Dan, Pink Floyd, Air Supply. It's a good record. It's my favorite one by them.
Is it like Sgt. Pepper's?
No, not at all. No, I wouldn't call it like it's pretty far off Sgt. Pepper's, but it's great. I know a few.
All right, Age of Quarrel. I stand by Age of Quarrel, so I'll check it out.
Okay. It is nice, and thank you, Age of Quarrel. Karmic, it is nice not having to be.
Yes, 100% right, Karmic.
Yeah. Hey, look, man, we'll take care of you here. I'll handle the driving, and you can look out the window. Tell me what you see. Kenny, will Bentley buy you hair plugs? Say pretty, please. Oof.
For who? Me or Kumia?
You're bald not because of your fucking baldness. It's a choice. Bentley, it's content that's been done before from human garbage. Your own words, KB. It's about Chad. I told you he's a piece of shit, and now he's threatening Pat, National Treasure Dixon. That's crossing a line. I will fuck you up, Pat. I will fuck you up.
Pat, come on, play that again.
Oh, I guess I could.
For
Why not?
Bentley, for Bentley.
It is it is a very amusing clip. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna play I have this other thing. You know, classic entertainment.
First of all, put that Bentley thing up again.
Oh yeah, of course.
Let's see if I missed anything.
Yeah. Human garbage.
Human garbage.
Chad
Your
is
own
human
words.
garbage.
He's using my own words against me.
Pretty memorable.
First of all, he hates Chad because of me. He hates Chad because of me because he's like, you shit on Chad so much. I learned to hate him too. But Chad says the same thing about Chrissy. He didn't even have an opinion about Chrissy, but I used to shit on Chrissy, and Chad's like, I hate Chrissy because of Kevin. So I told it to Bentley when I was in AC. I'm like, that's what Chad said about Chrissy.
But has Chad doesn't put Chrissy on his show, right?
No, but I'm saying it's like it's all nonsense. It's like they blame me, and it's like, you know, what can I say? We had a good time, but play that chat clip again where he's yelling at Pat Dixon. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, like, really. I mean, I'm not sure you could call this a threat. I mean, it is sort of like a lot of ways to take.
I will fuck you up, Pat. I will fuck you up, bitch. I will fuck you up. I will fly to fucking Knoxville right now to fuck you up.
That's good content. Sorry, Bentley. Bentley, I apologize. That's good content. I apologize. That's good content. I didn't tell Chan what to say, but that's good content.
I mean, you can't write lines like that.
You can. You'd be like, okay, you're really. If you had an actor, you'd be like, you're really mad. You can't get an actor to do
You
it
can't
that
get
well.
no. That's a real.
I will fuck you up, Pat.
Real.
Plus, he wasn't even looking at the guy. He wasn't even looking at his. I don't know what he was looking at, but that made it better.
Yeah, it's like.
Plus, Adam loved it. I know when the show's good because Adam loves it. Adam's like fucking cackling.
That's a great line. It's up there with like, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn and shit like that. I mean, it's like just classic. I will fuck you up.
Plus, Chad can just go to Las Vegas and fight you or Melton. Like whoever, take your pick, Chad.
I never did really 100%. I don't think I said I wouldn't do a roast, but I did say I'm not going to fight him. I'm not going to fucking physically fight this fucking guy.
Yeah, but I'm saying if Chad wants to go to Las Vegas, he can pick who he wants to fight.
No, he can't. He gets Melton. That's it.
You won't fight him.
No, absolutely not. I mean, it's just, I don't fight. First of all, I've renounced violence. Second of all, I just have no fucking. I'm not mad at him except for like it's annoying.
Like Ray, I'm not mad at.
He's annoying, and I don't wish him well at all. And I don't think he's a good egg. I think he's a fucking rotten egg. But no offense. I'm sorry, Mom. I mean, I'm not trying to Ray DeVito the whole thing. I just like I've had my physical fight for the decade at least. You know what I mean? It's like you do it and then I'm done with it. Chad is so mad at Dixon he's gonna dox himself.
Does that happen?
I don't know if he's still mad or not.
Literally everybody knows where Chad lives.
Ditka. Actual drunken Paul in quote per Hollywood Squares. Oh, those fucking Jews. They're the reason I don't have a career. And I should have.
Fucking Paul in. Paul in is he's a legend. He's anti-Semitic and gay. Oh my god.
I was watching him the other day, and I mean, if that's a real quote.
Did you tell me anything? I was thinking about Full Speed Ahead. You told me that one?
Yeah.
That's so fucking genius.
But yeah, when a guy falls off a boat, when a man falls off a boat, they yell "man overboard." What do they yell when a woman falls overboard? Full speed ahead.
That's incredible.
Yeah. I mean,
Jesus
a lot of his
Christ.
jokes, though. I mean, like I was watching it the other day, just trying to like work on it, and he really was down here more. I mean, he wasn't as wild and wacky as we remember, but he was great. What do you think Miss Piggy got with a frog for the croissants? Yeah, because he's a chef.
She married a chef. Amy Schumer married a chef. Look at her now. She married a chef. She don't even care about showbiz. She wants to fucking feed her fucking fat face. Clip this, Bex. You cunt.
Why do you always call Bex a cunt?
Because I know she is. And if your leader is fucking what's his name? What's his name?
I don't know.
Let's do the plugs. He's your partner. He used to be your partner.
Oh, Zenhauser. Yeah.
Zenhauser. Next Saturday they'll be in Pennsylvania with Zenhauser. So go check it out. Imagine if Zenhauser is your like leader. He's you guy you aspire to be.
Yeah.
Or to be with.
She's Zenhauser's producer. That's right. I forgot.
Zen's producer.
Zen's producer. Yeah, Zen is he doesn't say much on that show that I've seen in any of the clips. He's like Silent Mike 2 almost, except he does jump into something funny sometimes.
Right.
But still, yeah, I don't know, man. Zen and me, Zen went on fucking Gino's show and was saying like, I hardly even know Pat at all.
Typical fucking hack.
He's like, I've known him for years and I don't know him. He's so like I'm some kind of hard to fucking trust me.
That's why I knew Jimmy Kimmel was a hack. After Norm Macdonald died, Jimmy Kimmel goes, I didn't even know Norm. And like he did know Norm, but it's a fucking cop out. And Jimmy Kimmel's a fucking hack, and so is Zenhauser. Clip it back, you cunt.
Well, I mean, who was he trying to was Kimmel on Gino's show too?
Practically.
Scam bait. They're all good queef to me. Ray DeVito. Did he say that? They're all good queef to
No,
me?
we got to get him laid, though. We got to get Ray laid.
Got to get me laid first. I got to
All
get
right.
It's been a fucking year almost. Be a year in
Oh,
March.
wow.
Hi, KB. Member for 1 month.
Doodle. Classic Doodle.
Thanks, Scambay. Thanks, Doodle. ACDC. KB, be a man and stop whispering afraid of your wife.
I'm afraid of everybody. Today I'm afraid of everybody.
She's going to come in and stomp on your mandolin.
Yeah, it's right sitting here by my side.
Yeah. Thank you, ACDC. Furious. I hope that sorcerer don't get turned out being exposed to all those MLC rogues. That's how the Joker made Harley Quinn. Didn't know that. Well, I mean,
it's true.
He's probably got a lot of patients that are fucking, pretty nuts or whatever.
Right.
Handle it. He's a big man.
Joe Manorese is nothing. We should get fucking Carl with the sorcerer. Ask about that fucking mandolin.
God, that'd be great.
Why'd you marry someone 8.5 years older than you? Are you gay?
And that's what he realizes at the end. He's like, well, I guess I am.
He's gay. There's I'm sorry, Dr. Steve. I know he's a friend of yours, Pat, but Dr. Steve, I know you're friends with Carl, but Carl's gay, Dr. Steve. Give him an exam, see if he's gay or not. Show him some pictures.
Dr. Steve told me he totally would do your show, by the way.
Yeah, he has no time for me. A lot of people say a lot of things, Pat, in the Dabbleverse.
Oh, I'm still learning. Saint Ranger. Kevin used to enjoy doing his shows. He still enjoys doing them, but he used to too. Hi, Pam. Another fun show tonight, Pat. And I think this would be a good time for us all to say together, hi, Pam. So hi.
Wow,
Pam.
yeah, I actually have
graphics. Push the button, and then that happened. Thank you, Saint Ranger. Appreciate it very, very much, as always. I think that Saint Ranger he's a good egg. Here he is. So you do still enjoy doing your show? I mean, like as much as ever, right?
Who, me?
Yeah. More than ever, maybe. It's a challenge because how do you keep coming up with new shit? That's the thing. Do people want new shit? And how do you get people on there? It seems like there's a lot of fighting on the show,
I don't. Pat, what I said like 20 minutes ago is true. It's like when I did stand up, I was like, what am I working on right now? What's my set right now? That's all I cared about. What's my set right now? And that's how I do my show. What's my show right today?
Gotcha. So you
So
don't.
that's
There's no plan.
I never look past anything but well, like what's my show right today. So again, today I try to get Alex Stein. He hasn't been on in a while. Fridays are he's usually free. Wasn't available. Boschetti was been trying to get on. I reach out to him and I'm like, you know what? Let me get Ray on because he had a big fight with Southern John. Then I told Adam, send the link to Southern John. It's not more complicated than that. So, like, did I enjoy today's show? Yes. Am I enjoying today's show with you? Yes. So that's all I'm looking for. I'm not looking for like, oh, like the Shuley Network, like, oh, maybe we'll do a thing about Southern John, and then we'll do this, and like all this fucking conspiring to like get super chats. I don't do it that way.
Kevin, you've done more for me than probably anybody else as far as
I'm a
comedians
great man, Pat. Can you say I'm a great man?
Kevin Brennan, you are a great man. Obviously, clip it, Bex.
You cunt.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, I don't want to know where in the pecking order am I as far as like you're trying to put together a great show. You go, who was it? Alex Stein, and then Mike Boschetti.
I see where you're going.
Yeah, I mean, like, how deep in the depth chart am I?
Yeah, well, but first of all, you always first of all, I'm half drunk now, maybe 3/4. So you're always my Saturday night show. So
Okay.
then like this past week we had you on Monday because I'm not sure why we had you on Monday because maybe because there was so much nonsense over the weekend. I'm like, okay, let's get Pat's take because Pat doesn't drink, he has a clear head, et cetera, et cetera. So I again I can't have anybody on every day. Like when I got the text, Joey C would be a great second mic. It's like that's so laughable. Like it so again, when I look at Pat Dixon, I'm like, okay, Pat Dixon, I can't do anybody every day. So I'm like, Pat Dixon is every Saturday and then usually another day. And then again, like I said on my show, I think I told Ray, I told Pat Dixon 11 o'clock every night. And like when I watching you and Tukey last night, your numbers are fucking great. Your numbers are great. And you're a great broadcaster. And that Douglas Nelson, I don't know why he comes in at the end for like 5 minutes. But anyway, he's great. And your numbers are great. And so you know what I mean? So again, it's basically like I could have you on. It's like even today I was like thinking I could teach Pat how to fish, or I could buy him a fish meal or whatever,
Fish lunch.
A fish lunch.
Buy a man a fish lunch.
Buy a man a fish lunch or teach him how to fish. So it's like I could have you on once a week. I could be like, Pat, do your own show. You're already good at this. People like you. You're picking up fans from my show and other shows, etc.
It was huge. I mean, I was really shocked. You're just like, yeah, Pat's show starts Monday. I'm like, fuck, I better do it. And that was it was a push I needed, man. And it worked out great. The timing was great. They just changed the fucking pay thing on Cozy. That was going to be more trouble than just setting up a new show. And yeah, Douglas, the reason he comes in later is because he doesn't like to do. Sometimes they're on for a little longer than.
Yeah, but where's he live? He seems like he's on a weird time zone.
Oh, he's an hour earlier, so because he's on Central Time out in Louisiana.
Oh, so that's better. All right.
Yeah, he's got a farm, and shit.
He has a farm?
Yeah. He has a with cows and shit, like steers
and Chrissy Mayers.
Yeah, no horses. But it'd be funny if he had a bunch of Chrissy Mayers out in the field eating grass and shit. He's got his thing, but he doesn't really run it anymore. He just has a few head of cattle, and now he just kind of works on the weekend someplace. Levy-verse may be a way to exit the Shuley Network. Without Bob, the Shuley Network's dead. What say you, Deuce Payer? That's 40 Tybot. So,
A. Thompson. I had no idea. I think it's a she. Was that Thailand?
Yeah, Thailand. No, it's a he. It's a guy living in Thailand.
All right, did I clarify what what the question was?
He's saying the Levy-verse may be a way to exit.
No, your question.
I think you clarified it pretty well. There's some days where I'm just not even in consideration at all because, like, I'm in reserve for a Saturday night, and also, and maybe
Yeah,
one
but
night.
I got to do that show that day.
Right. So you're thinking, yeah, you're not even considering me really because you've got.
No,
First of
but
all, there's
like
a lot of people. I know that,
yeah,
but
but
also,
when I had you on Monday, like again, I put it in I have a book. It's right here.
oh, I had no idea.
I have a book,
What?
2024.
And my name's in that.
No, it's
How's it?
I write down who was on the show, et cetera, et cetera. So even when I looked at Monday, because sometimes I get a little backed up and I'm like, oh, who was on Wednesday? Who was on Thursday? So when I saw Pat Dixon on Monday, I wasn't even sure why you were on Monday, but I'm sure I had a specific reason
Being sick is
why
AC.
you were on Monday. Because I
I was
figured
I
go
wasn't
ahead.
there. I was not to interrupt, but because I wasn't there, probably, but I was
Yeah, but I
talking
wanted
to
your
you about
take
it.
on what happened in Atlantic City.
That's what I mean. I wasn't in Atlantic City. I was, and
Right.
so it's like fresh
And
eyes.
plus, you weren't on over the weekend, so I'm like, I'll get Pat Dixon on. Also, you don't drink allegedly, so when I have chat on drunk and Ray on high and drunk and whatever, so it's like this is what I'm doing. Like I'm not juggling everything, but I'm like, what's the best show today? What's the best show today?
Right. You're balancing it out and everything, which makes sense. Yeah. And best show today doesn't always involve me. I understand that.
Yeah, but I'm watching you and Tukey last night. Your numbers are great, and like your numbers are great tonight. And it's like so again, what I said is like, Pat, do a show at 11 o'clock every night, give them consistency, and they'll show up.
You're absolutely correct too. And I wasn't saying that to shit on myself. It's just like, yeah, different people, different days. You got to have I mean, you're on a lot, you're on. So it's like,
Right.
you got to bring the good show for that day. Now, Levy-verse, he says maybe a way to exit the Shuley network
No.
and without Bob Levy
Bob won't do that. Bob don't have that kind of courage. He won't be like, surely I'm leaving. He'll never do it.
even if he was making big money over there with his own Levy-verse, you don't think he
No,
would leave?
he'll never make big money on his own because I was watching Melton tonight for a minute, and he was saying that the Shuley network, they seem to like each other, the Mike Morris, Shuley, Bob Levy, Zenhauser. So they're like getting along. So Bob likes that. Bob doesn't like to do a show by himself.
Right. I mean, by himself doesn't make a lot of sense. He's not
Plus,
very
he has nothing to say, so it's
yeah,
safer over there. So he's not going to leave the Shuley network because they make more money than. I mean, Bob doesn't make any money on the Levyverse.
no. So you're saying he's a dick rider and a ball washer for
Dick
Shuley.
rider, ball washer extraordinaire.
Yeah, and he's like, if he ends left to his own devices, he'll end up talking about lighting a cigarette,
Yeah.
going out, chewing ice,
and finding a new wife.
Yeah, haunted house show, promising a better show.
We'll find a new wife in a haunted house.
I found this dead woman, and she was perfect.
She don't talk back.
What Uncle Stokes? What does Bob consider a haunted house? One of those houses Chris Abel snags from old people who die without relatives.
Yeah.
Jesus,
that's what Chris Abels does.
Mm.
People who die who don't leave the house to anybody, he swoops in and he buys it for like next to nothing and then resells it. He's human garbage.
Human garbage, and he buys viewers. Pat sticking up for his meal ticket. Pitiful. All right.
Who's this Kenny guy?
I don't know, man. He's never come out. I've seen him before in here, but he's never come out this
Shuley?
fucking. He's never come out this fucking. He's got a little bit of an attitude problem tonight. Hey, Taz, how come you're not banning these super chatters? For Christ's sake, that was a knock on my mod, is that she's always banning people.
No, you never ban super chatters.
I don't ban anybody. I mean, the only people we ban are people who talk about Gino or another person, and nobody knows who it is. But it doesn't matter. It's you're not going to accidentally talk about this person. That's all I'm saying. So you're fine. Don't talk about Gino here, and you're fine. Yeah. Well, look, I stick up for my friends.
First of all, I broke my own rule. I just went to the regular chat, the poor chat.
Uh-huh.
And somebody said any house that Bob lives in is a haunted house.
Vaping, Dago.
What are you gonna do? This?
Yeah.
Melissa Young gifted 5. Thank you, Melissa.
I swallow cum.
Reels gifted 10. You cute son of a bitch. Look at you.
I swallow cum.
Thank me. The only
Look
one
at
allowed
you.
in my poop shoot.
That's unbelievable. Grown men.
It's just ridiculous.
Thank you, vaping.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that's very much appreciated, vaping. Scambait, Chad's hoping to go viral over one punch. I oughta viral.
That's gotta Vegas gotta happen. Chad, if Chad goes, I'll go. I don't care what happens once he gets there.
So
Something's
that one
gonna happen.
What's with all this sanction shit? Why doesn't anybody just walk into a bar and punch anybody anymore?
Right, real men.
Yeah, God
Like
damn.
the old
that's what-
days.
but
Tie
what
up
if-
your horse outside the saloon, walk
Yeah.
in, and like Clint Eastwood, punch a motherfucker out.
Whatever happened to Gary Cooper? Furious, Paul in. I wish somebody was looking for me. I'd like to get wet. I'd like to get wet. I wish somebody was looking for me. I'd like to get wet. Thanks, babe. Furious, rather. My bad.
Full speed ahead.
Full speed ahead. Rover. Wow, 20.
But they thought he was gay. They thought he was gay. He said full speed ahead.
20 gifted. Here we go with the fucking. I don't know if you've seen this, Kevin.
Bitch. Just a bitch.
And I've been doing Kratom.
Bitch.
Rock Lee.
Shit.
Brennan, he blows. The same show over and over again.
Let's go. Let's go.
Is it house?
Huh?
Is it house?
Huh? Seriously, what is that? That's incredible.
The little video I made. Yeah.
Oh, you made it?
Yeah. It's
Oh, that's
easy.
incredible. Boschetti?
Yeah. Like your house? And you're like, huh?
Oh, that's incredible.
Funny moment. Thanks, Rover. Appreciate it. Apocalypse sometime. Brother Brennan. Oh, what were best concerts you saw? Good question.
Brother Brennan.
We saw The Who. That had to be fucking great.
Yeah, The Who without Keith Moon was great. It wasn't, I would prefer. It was right after Keith Moon died.
Fuck.
Um,
Kenny Jones, though.
Yeah, the weird thing was Metallica. I saw Metallica Randall's Island for Lollapalooza, and they were, and I didn't even buy a ticket. I was on the Triborough Bridge, and that was great.
Huh.
So I want to see Led Zeppelin, and then John Bonham died. So maybe it's me.
Yeah, you're killing drummers.
Yeah, I'm killing drummers. I can't get a break with these drummers.
But I mean, The Who still, even that. I mean, what year was that? Like, it was 80, right, or 79 or something?
80. I think 82.
They were great for a while. After they did their farewell tour that year. Remember the big special on HBO, Our Last Show, The Who.
Yeah, what year was that?
It was around then. It might have been 83.
Yeah, but they toured for like forever after that.
I saw them at Jones Beach or some shit. Like
they just opened
5
for
years ago.
Chad. That's how bad they
playing Tommy. Kev's Gerber patch hair is by choice. Ha 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 ha.
Kenny's gotta be like Shuley or some kind of Shuley.
You think it just falls out? What the fuck? Thank you, Kenny. Thanks for the $2.
Thanks for the
Apocalypse sometime. Truck driver thought Ray was squashed. Yeah, that's right. It was a hit and run. I thought he was squashed. That's why I drove away. I mean, that's his origin story. Hit by a truck, and then emerged the real Ray DeVito.
Yeah, the semi tractor trailer.
He said it was a semi hit and run, and I'm like, that just sounds fucking weird. Like, he kind of hit and ran.
a semi hit and run.
Yeah, that was a big deal. I mean, he really was injured badly. Douglas Nelson fish sandwiches. Duckless Nelson's fish sandwiches. Have a fish lunch. Thanks, Gambates. Douglas Nelson is great, though. He's great. He's great on the show. He's perfect. He does a James Mason impression you wouldn't fucking believe. James R. plugging Silk City hot sauce so that more people buy it And I'm not spending over $50 a month on hot sauce. Promo code MLC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
use it.
That
I don't even know what to say.
Do you still sell hot sauce to people?
No.
No.
I think I still have a brand, but I never promote it. I don't promote anything.
I mean, come on.
I say do your plugs. I never promote anything. So hot sauce. Ray promotes the hot sauce. He's not even they don't even use it anymore. Ray's a fucking idiot. He's an idiot.
He's the only one who ever got his hot sauce discontinued from Silk City.
And he still promotes it. I mean, the guy's a fucking retard.
He is that. Granny, hey, wow, my name's Kevin. And what's with the cow? Wow.
What cow?
I don't know. I guess he's talking about the only time cows came up was we were talking about Douglas's farm. What do you think of people's impressions of you in general? I mean, like,
they're pretty bad.
Nobody's really nailing it. It's like
somebody did a good one, but I can't remember who it was. But I see like Melton do it or Tukey. I'm like, it's bad. It's not good.
It's always that same pitch with Melton, and like, Melton's impression of you is not flattering, and it's
I want a flattering impression.
Yeah, exactly. He's always up like
right, it's terrible.
Come on. I guess that's the idea, though, is to the people do them. Teddy, what what is that Bobby clip from? Rest in piss, Bob. It was from his promoting his dancing. It was from promoting the what do you call it? The Levy verse. He's promoting the Levy verse. I don't know what. I guess it's from his channel.
What is happening?
What is happening?
This is Bob Levy.
Oh my God,
Bob Levy.
Come on, Bob.
And I
stop.
want to personally invite you into the house to watch the Levy. Bob Levy.
He's inviting you into the house, like you've been outside waiting, and now you can come into the house.
It's haunted.
Yeah, come into the haunted
And
house.
I want to personally invite you into the house to watch the Levy verse. The Levy verse. The Levy verse. What in the bloody hell is the Levy verse?
Just keep saying
Well,
it.
it is shows, and shows you don't. It is things.
I mean, like it's obviously supposed to be. It shows you know and shows you don't. But he goes,
Shows you don't.
But he goes, it shows you know and shows you don't. The wrong you know.
Things your human eyes have seen before.
All right, enough, Bobby. Thanks, Teddy. Appreciate it. Mickey Bitsko, $2. Thanks for the $2, Mickey. Appreciate it. Furious. Hey, KB, how come you didn't ban the pores that were fingering the super chat? Stuttering John, thanks for the free prostate exam. Any
First of all, Furious. What? Today?
I guess so.
Yeah, I don't know. It gets tricky. We don't like to we try to mix it up. Ban the chat. I mean, members only in the chat, and then we try to keep it open. Sometimes on Friday we try to keep, because there's no point dabble point up against us, so we try to keep it. And then John was on, and so we try to keep it open unless people tell us like Furious or Broccoli or whatever, shut it down, and then whatever.
Yeah, you don't want to like willy-nilly. I thought there was a certain.
No, it's like if the chat's open, you probably get a little bit more people, but I don't want to be a slave to that. So if the chat's being annoying, we shut it down. Members only. But then even the members only, we get some fucking cunts in there. Clip it back. No, I mean even then. So there's no sale safe. What am I trying to say? Fail safe formula.
Yeah. There's there's nothing in place yet. That policy's coming. Ditka, another drunk Pauline story. A baby on a plane wouldn't stop crying. Pauline says to the parents, "You better shut that baby up or I'm going to fuck it." Damn.
I can see that.
That's a demanding mate. I would shut the baby up, though, if that guy said that. Kevin, I love you, buddy. Keep it angry. From Justin Chirac.
Right here.
1 month. Yeah, that's in the bag. Peter Sky Parker, $2 super chat message deleted.
I've never seen that. I think that's fake.
I think it is too.
I think he did that on purpose. Super chat message deleted. Peter Sky Parker is a big Melton guy, and he hates Ray and he hates me.
He
He used
hates
to be
you?
Ray's agent.
Yeah, what happened with that? I remember Ray speaking so flatteringly of him and everything, and then he just like fucking stopped and
Oh,
then
he's
started hating.
mental. He's mentally ill.
Oh, I see. I should have known. These
Other than that, he's doing great.
mentally scam bait. KB's hack sauce only available at the Borgata. Hack.
Hashtag.
Hack. All right, Kevin. Hey, man.
We're caught up.
You're caught up. Wait, actually, one more came in though just now. Scam bait. How much to get Bobby's drink on my girls? On my girls' cock eyes cookie and yeah.
What does that even mean? Bobby's the drink he threw at me and my girls?
I don't know. My
His
girls.
cock and his what else? His
Eyes cookie in you.
All right, I apologize. I'm a little drunk.
He's chipping you. That's what it means. Just
I'm a little drunk. I apologize, but you know, I had I wanted to snipe a show. Didn't happen. I know Pat was going live at 11 because Pat goes live at 11. Everybody knows what time it is. You fucking hack.
Very true. Very true. Consistency is key. Just like I believe it was fucking at Sorcerer. He agrees. You know, it helps if you keep doing the same show too. Matt Reese has changed horses in midstream.
7, 12, or different. He has different titles. He's a fucking idiot.
He just keeps starting over, and then people are like, "Fuck," you know. And then like,
yeah, people get depressed by your failure.
It is depressing because he's like, I don't even know what to be. I'm. What are you talking about?
It's like when Barry Ribs was like, Barry Ribs is like 80. He goes, I might start my own show. What should it be? I'm like, what? You're 80. You don't even know who you are now? You're an 80-year-old man hobo taking a fucking New Jersey Transit. You want me to tell you what show you? I mean, come on, man.
The Haunted House tour, I think, is what.
Haunted House. Listen, I'm waiting. I'm here for it. What time's that show start? Haunted House show.
Which ones you can squat in? Which ones the
right? Him and Jeaner.
KC, hey, look, it's KC Armstrong. I do the best Kevin and Pat, the wrestling coach impressions. It's like uncanny. And Pat, the wrestling coach impressions, it's like uncanny. This is the real KC Armstrong, obviously. There's not a fake one that I know of. KC, I've never heard it. Never heard your KC. Oh, I do remember him. Yeah, his impression was not accurate at all. He just kept talking about super chats. It's like super chats. It's like he wasn't even doing like a
super chats. Yeah, just do a whiny voice and talk about super chats.
But it wasn't even whiny. It was like if I wouldn't have even known who the impression was supposed to be. I don't hate you, Kev. Oh, I'm mentally ill. Well, you can't point out a mentally ill person being mentally ill. It enrages them, and I know I've dated them.
You've had 3 or 4 wives.
Yeah.
Wait, how many wives have you had?
Only 3.
Wow, that's amazing.
But I've had a couple of women that have been like more damaging than the wives, really. You know?
Right.
The one like when you have the other woman try to murder you, and then like you have another girlfriend that, you know, it's they involve all kinds of fucking people.
So never tell somebody who's mentally ill that they're mentally ill.
No, man. They will fucking, you know, it's like if you face them with some truth sometimes, they will really, really get so fucking pissed off about it that they will cow you into saying, no, you're perfectly sane eventually. And you say it just to get it to stop.
Right.
Do your plugs, KB.
All right, MLC podcast. Probably do a show tomorrow night. Thank you, Pat Dixon.
Thank you, Kevin. Have a good night. Appreciate it.
All right, God bless.
Take care. Thanks for everything.
Hi.
What'd you say?
I said, tell Douglas, your regular co-host. I said hi.
I will, man. Have a good one. Thanks. Woo! Now I got to take the heat for all this. I'm a big fat fan. Go ahead and clip it, Rebecca. Yeah, consider it done. Thank you, Peter Sky Parker. And Barry Ribb said he saw Three Stooges live. He's definitely in his 80s. You could see the Three Stooges live as late as in the 60s, from what I understand. I mean, you know, he's definitely 80s.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's how he looked. When you watch him, you're just like a mouth agape. Yes, Chad deleted What Chad deleted is a great running joke. What do you mean Chad deleted? What are you talking about? I'm talking to you, Tass.
Hey.
What do you
Chad
mean?
deleted what?
You said Chad deleted is a great running joke. I'm like, what?
Oh, chat deleted. Did I say
Oh,
chat?
chat deleted. Oh, great. I thought I said Chad. I saw CHA and I just figured like, okay, that's about Chad. Not the case. Anyway, thank you, Teddy. Appreciate it. St. Ranger. Pam wanted to say thank you both. Howdy. She enjoyed having two fun entertainers on. Skull. Couldn't agree more.
Skull!
I have the weirdest skull that's a drop. That's the weirdest skull that I could find. And yeah. Thank you, Saint Ranger. It's wild. Tass, I'm gonna bring you back in for a sec, okay? So be prepared.
Yeah.
Pretty fun having KB on, huh?
Yeah, that was great.
I was wondering when I was gonna finally and then today, it just happened to work out. I was thinking like sometime he would probably do it. And today was the night. So aren't we lucky?
Yeah. Oh man, that was so cool.
And he was so drunk. He kept talking about how drunk he was. It's like if this is you drunk, then like how do you explain this?
I will fuck you up, Pat. I will.
That's how I think of some big time drunkenness. But
yeah,
when he gets drunk, he gets like he's chill. He's a very chill drunk.
Very, very chill.
I would say.
Gets like a little bit more rosy cheeks.
Oh, I didn't notice the physical manifestation of it. You said rosy cheeks. That's a sign of drunkenness. He's a good guest too. He's a very good guest. He's and like not like I mean, he's a good host, very good host, and also a good guest, I would say. Yeah. He doesn't do other shows, so home run, I would say so. Detroit.
Yeah.
I'm very happy about it. I got the exuberant skull. I would say that's probably true. It's very exuberant. KB never goes on those shows. This was great, but yeah, I mean, I consider it to be a real, like you said, real home run. Probably a grand slam. There's probably people on base for this one. You probably don't understand all this baseball talk, Tess, but Pat, there has to be a price. Shoot Fox Chadley.
Oh no.
Well, see, Borgo, here's the thing. Yeah, I'm sure there is. Yeah, I was listening to an old Howard Stern for a few minutes because it was on. Actually, it was Vince the Lawyer was showing an old Howard Stern thing. They were trying to get Shuley to box. I think it was Stuttering John. I don't remember who it was, but it might have been Stuttering John. They were trying to get Shuley to box, and they initially offered him $5,000. They got up to $10,000. He still wouldn't do it. For 10 grand, he would not step into the ring. For 10 grand, I'll deliver Chad's head to whoever wants it. I mean, like, I mean, that's a lot of money, So, like, I'm a little different there, but I mean, yeah, because for 10 grand, it doesn't matter if you win or lose. Nothing matters at that point. I mean, like, I'm not trying to say like that's the end all be all amount of money or anything like that, but I wouldn't be so upset if I didn't win. See, and that's the thing, Borgo. I don't know that. I know you maybe think that like, oh, this is a sure way for Chad to get his jaw broken or something. It's highly dubious that anybody's jaw was broken anyway. It's still in dispute, believe it or not, as far as I'm concerned. And yeah, I'm not. I mean, look, I'd be happy to fight him or whatever, but I mean, like, if he were to attack me, I'd fight him for sure. But that might be the price that he has to do it first. Now to step into a ring and actually square off and shit. I don't know anything about boxing. I don't know anything about. I would learn to box a little bit, I guess. Learn how to like fucking, whatever it is you're supposed to do. Stick and move, dodge and weave, keep up your left, eat lightning, crap thunder. You have to be, fast. Well, I mean, do you think that Chad in training would like drop alcohol and stuff and actually be some kind of a, like really be diligent about it and come at it from that? I don't think he would. Maybe he would. I think him and Melton is going to be a great fight. We can't all fight Chad. I mean, come on. As much as people might like to see that. Borgo, let me. There has to be a price. We'll see. I guess maybe have to be a really good offer though. And I don't. It's funny. I don't know that Chad necessarily wants to fight me.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I guess that might have been like the drinks talking. You know what I mean?
You think it was? You think
Maybe.
you think that might have been the liquor talking? Let's see if do you see any rosy cheeks here? Because I think that's the dead giveaway.
I will fuck you up, Pat. I will fuck you up, bitch.
Somebody said it was he had his bangs, like the hat down over his.
Oh,
bangs.
that's yeah.
And I thought maybe that's a pretty good indicator right there. That I had no idea that was a sign of being fucking wasted. Look at this. Did somebody drop me a PayPal? Did I hear that? Well, here's the thing about the PayPal. It exists, and I'm going to tell you what it is. I see that people don't always, know about this, the fact that it's there, but it is, and it is Pay Pat Dixon on PayPal. It's very simple. Pay Pat Dixon on PayPal. The reason I throw it out there is because sometimes people like to use that. They know I get 100% of it for one thing, and that's nice. And for another thing, they don't necessarily. Not everybody wants to send a super chat, or you can Venmo it. Pat-Dixon-2 on Venmo, and that's how that's done. I need to get a scroll. Somebody said, and I think that's probably a pretty good point. I probably need to. I don't know, Tass. How much for you to fight, Chad?
Free.
Really? Wow. See? They always go barking up the wrong tree. Get your bargain there with my mod. She'll gladly fight him for nothing, Noonan.
Yeah. Well, when you said I'll bring the head of Chad, I was thinking of bring me the head of Alfredo Garcia, Sam Peckinpah. I need to draw that now.
Okay. Goodbye.
Yep.
Hey, she needs to draw that now. Go draw that now. Go draw it right fucking now. Bring me the head. Oh, you're gonna draw me with Chad's head. Careful with that shit. Pat, would you roast battle Chad? He was excited to do it. Yeah, he thinks. Here's the thing. If he's above doing it with Stevie Lou, then I'm definitely above doing it with him. Now, I don't want to send the message that I'm not above that, because I definitely fucking am. I mean, definitely above it. It was I'm going to say it was humiliating, to be in a roast battle with Barry Ribs, because it wasn't. I didn't care. I'm fine with roast battling anybody, really. Because really it is kind of like more about, and I hate to say it, but I mean, like it's a few dollars, and that's nice to get and all that shit. But at the same time, you want it to be somebody that's worthy. And like I said, if Chad thinks he's better than Stevie Lou, then I'm way, 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 way better than that. Chad is like, again, he's not a guy who I ever imagined was out there with, doing open mics with his notebook and like working hard on jokes and shit like that. And when you look at the final result now, it ain't there. There's nothing. He has no he used comedy, right? So I don't know. Would I in theory, I would. I never said I wouldn't. I never said I wouldn't do that. All I said is that I wouldn't fight him. I'm not going to like get into a physical altercation with somebody for nothing. I'm not really, there's not that much to fight about with Chad. He just is like, he's looking for someone to feud with or something. I mean, I don't know. I'll clip his show and make. See, by the time I did that, by the time I clipped his show, or not clipped it, the time I like watched his set that was publicly available on YouTube, he'd already been on he had already come on Kevin's show and told me I wasn't funny anymore, or whatever the fuck he said. You used to have some credibility as a comic, now you're not funny. He'd already talked like mad shit, right? And then fucking bolted before I got a chance to fucking respond. And there's a reason for that. Don't think there's not. You know, because he didn't want to hear what I had to say back and have to sit there and endure that. He wanted to do a hit and run. That's fine. I mean, God knows if anybody understands that, it's me. Although I never ran. You know, but and so I was wondering, like, after he fucking ran his mouth like that, what consideration do I owe him? You know what I mean? That's why I didn't feel weird about talking about his set. Pat, what name do you think the sorcerer secretly super chats under? My guess is exactly 6 million. I doubt it. I don't think that's. Thank you, Charlie Monroe. I appreciate that super chat a lot. It's a good question. I don't think it's that though. I mean, I haven't really monitored exactly. Like, I'll have to like watch to see. I don't know that he super chats under. I mean, I'd be honored if he was super chatting over here. Maybe he super chats under Charlie Monroe. Maybe you should consider whether or not you are the sorcerer. But exactly 6 million, I don't know, man. That seems like it would. That's a little bit. You know, that's a little hot, a little bit hot for the sorcerer. You know, he's trying to. Different guy each round. Melton, Ray, you, Doug, Stevie. Doug. Imagine that. Doug would whip the shit out of him. Yeah, Doug's a big guy. Doug's like 6'9", 700 pounds. Thank you so much, Kurt, for sending this. Compound Media. And this comes via PayPal. So thanks for that. It's full $10 that I'm getting here. Thank you very much for that. Going to the extra. And I will read your comment here. Compound Media is now kind of like Tower Records closing. Times have changed. Great show, Pat. I guess you might have seen the documentary about that. All things must pass is what it's called. It's about Tower Records and how they were ascendant at a certain time. Perfect timing, you know, for a big record store like that. Everybody was still into buying, you know, physical media, music, all that shit, and they became fucking huge. There's Tower Records everywhere, you know, and since they've kind of collapsed in on itself, they made some bad business decisions, and mostly because of shit like Napster, electronic media coming in that doesn't require the physical part, I guess. What do you call it? The MP3s killed Tower Records eventually, and people didn't want to pay anymore for music. Doug is the talking silverback. Thank you, Kenny. Pell part of his extremes training. Tame the titties. That's probably part of another conversation, I think. It's a Royal Rumble. Oh, wait, let me go back to this. Teddy's statement here. A different guy each round. Now, that might be interesting. Yeah, because, I mean, yeah, put me in third. I want there to be something left. I don't think that I think in one round, can you imagine, you know, I wouldn't want to be the guy who gets knocked out for the team or whatever in that case. That's for sure. It's funny that the way when you say that, all of them, we all have some kind of Ray. I mean, Chad has taken on everybody. Chad beefs with literally everybody. It's retarded. God, it's fucking ridiculous. He's so fucking mad all the time, and I can see why, but it doesn't have anything to do with any of us. You know what I mean? He's mad about himself. He's mad about his own situation. He's mad about his life. I guess he's misunderstood, according to KB. But it's weird, man. KB. He used to call Chad human garbage, and now he won't even fucking say an unkind word about him, even when it would be totally welcomed. You know what I mean? What is this? Chad's a pop comic and wrote Chumbawamba in 1999. Okay, I guess some respect for that. That I did not know. Then he wonders why there's a, quote, pylon. Yes, exactly. Join the pylon. What pylon? Are you fucking kidding? You start shit with everybody. And, you know, then you, yeah, then it's a pylon in reverse. It's like he's trying to have a pile on with everybody. It's one at a time usually. He fucking has no. The thing is with Chad, there's no like on the outs and then everything's fine, except with Gino, I guess. Like him and Gino seem tight. That's a mystery. Well, at least they did the show together, and that was all fine. I thought it was supposed to be weird to have these people on who didn't get along and all that kind of stuff, right? Well, I don't know. The origins of that show are not that mysterious, really. Nobody, I didn't look. It seems for some reason as if we don't know, right? Like why did that show happen or whatever? I've got my thoughts about it. Not worth talking about. I just want. This is the only thing I ask of everybody who's watching the show right now, and it's not a big ask. When you see somebody saying I said something, saying I lied about this, they're exposing my lies or some shit, right? Just fucking, compare it against what I actually said. Ask about it. If anybody wants to ever ask anything about my court bullshit, I'll gladly talk about my court shit. I will spell it out very clearly. But people will say that I said things that I didn't say, okay? Again, Chad is the greatest guy. Sure. Pat watches Melton like he's Peter Jennings. Nobody cares. Oh, great. Cousin It's in his cups again. Oh, my God. What do you mean nobody cares about all that stuff? Well, look, it's maybe you don't, but I do. I mean, I don't care, but I mean, like when people are talking about like what I said, my lies, all that shit, it ain't real. And, I have to go on the record saying that. It's, but I don't have the fucking interest to like clear all that shit up one by one. It's kind of fucking tedious. What is this? Court is all about what you can prove. I have done it many times. Well, court is, I guess, yeah, it's all about what you can prove. Or at least what you can prove beyond a reasonable doubt. You've done it many times. What are you, an attorney, or did you, or you mean you've been to criminal court like as the defendant or something? I don't know. Court is, it's also about what you'll agree to. It's also about plea deals. It's about getting sometimes it's in the defendant's best interest to do anger management, which I did. So no charges. I never said any charges were dropped against me. That's fucking stupid. I read something about that. Something like that I claimed the charges were dropped. I never claimed any charges were dropped. What I said is that it was a plea bargain. And everything changed. But whatever. I'm not even gonna go any further with that. I can it's all, look, trust me. I know what happened. Pat, if Chad flies first class, so do you and Ray take a Greyhound? Furious, that's kind of what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like I'm supposed to get in a fucking sky bus, while he's up there cheersing people with this what's he drinking? Champagne cocktail. And no, I'm not ever. Can you imagine taking a bus to Las Vegas? It would take 9 years. The bus ride just from here to New York City was like 24 hours. 24 fucking hours. Don't count on me taking a bus. But yeah, good point. I don't know if Doug's lurking in the chat. Here we go. I can prove it and I will. Lab Monkey is my witness. What are you trying to prove, Cousin Ed? You've made some claims here. What has he said? I owe you $17. How so? I would give you $17. Chad anger outbursts kind of scare me, not gonna lie. Well, it's because, it's unadulterated food.
I will fuck you up, Pat. I will fuck you up, bitch. I will fuck you up. I will fly to fucking Knoxville right now to fuck you up.
That's professional wrestling. Don't be afraid. It ain't shit. I've hired lawyers my whole life. Okay, I see. Still don't know what that's. I can prove it, and I will. Lab Monkeys. To what? That I owe you $17? Care was my favorite Care Bear. Detroit says, I found out them was a furry and I microwaved it. All right. Your instincts are on point, Brittany. Ooh, well, let's see what Brittany said that makes her instincts on point. Oh, fuck's sake. What is that? They kind of scare you. Yeah, your instincts are on point, I guess. Dixon versus Chad, Ray versus Stuttering John on the same day. Well, we can't get everything we want. Getting kicked by a cow is no treat, and they unknowingly aim for the knees. Yeah, no one wants a broken body part, Pat. Well, you know what I mean is, you're talking about when I said, yeah, you're hoping for like a broken jaw or something like that. Maybe nobody does, but I think that might be what people would sort of, expect. I guess not expect per se, but like I would, I look. I'm not a tough guy, is all I'm trying to say. Not a tough guy. Do your plugs, Saint Ranger. That's pretty funny. But don't do your plugs. Hang out, Saint Ranger. Don't go anywhere. Chad hasn't been screaming because he's drunkenly stumbling around Knoxville all week. Hey, it's the poor Chad. Chad is full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Chad always folds like a card table. There is a difference in yelling and fighting, that's for sure. Did I watch the stand-up set I emailed you? Oh, I did. You sent me a fucking Bob Levy set, and you know what? It was fine. I thought it was just fine. Would Pat box cousin it? I'd have to see cousin it. I don't want to box anybody though. No, the answer is no to everything. I'm not into fighting anybody, especially not in some kind of fucking legally sanctioned way. Pat, did you watch the stand-up set I emailed? Yes, I did. It was Bob Levy's about 9 minutes or so. Bob Levy, from fucking 13 years ago. I thought it was a couple of good lines in it. Like, I got nothing against Bob's stand-up. I got really nothing against Bob. I'm not mad at Bob. I think I just, can acknowledge when Bob did something that looked fucking stupid. Oh, his bank charged him for YouTube. I figure it's from drunk super chats that you forgot about. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't read this out loud. If anybody sees me not reading a super chat, please tell me. What's my education? I dropped out of college after fucking what do you call it? Pat is a little guy. Wouldn't really be fair. I'm not a little guy. I'm not considered a little guy. What do you mean I'm a little guy? Your cousin it, man. You're fucking now. Depending on how big you are, I'm 6 feet, around 195 pounds. So that's average, a little above average if you really go by the fucking statistics. Pat, where's the last time you shot pool, and have you played Rogan? I've never played Rogan. I never met Rogan. I've seen Rogan around in Austin, but I did not meet him or anything. And no, I've never played with Rogan. I'm not very good. I'm okay. Last time I shot pool was, I guess, a few days ago. And you said where? You might have meant when, but where? Yeah, I shot pool a few days ago. Played some 9-ball. It was great. It was, I think I was playing a little better than usual. Actually, I've really started to like 9-ball better than I used to shoot a lot of straight pool, but straight pool is kind of fucking. I can't quite remember the rules, to be honest with you, and the strategy is a little tough for me on the break. So, and it was at a place called Chattanooga Billiard Club, but not the one that's downtown. It's a different one. I laughed so hard about imagining the hearing regarding AC. So, you're comedians that hate each other. The state calls beloved chatter. Stuttering John and Flimsy Greenberg. Mod, Cousin It, and Kenny, Decline Host says. Cousin It's fine. And as far as I know, Kenny's fine. It's just very insulting, especially to KB. Bob's funny. I just wouldn't take my girlfriend to see him do crowd work on Valentine's Day. Yeah, that makes sense. He was doing a lot of crowd work. One thing he started saying was he was talking about how black a guy was. Like, man, you're the blackest guy I've ever seen, or whatever. He had a way of saying that so that it was fine. I don't know what town he was in or whatever, but look, I mean, I thought his stand up was, I've seen him before, and it was very much like it was before. It never was. It's fine. Pat, you missed my 4 chat. Yeah, well, sometimes it skips ahead, and I'm not really necessarily going straight through on these, but whatever your 4 chat was, if it's important to you, then make sure you get it to me in some way, some other way. Pat gave up exercising. You think he wants to train for a fight? I did give up exercising now and forever. I have basically decided that I'm never going to do that again. What is this? You seem like a decent enough guy, minus the Don Imus light vibes. Oof. The cow super chat was about KB yelling at me for making fun of Stuttering John in a cow onesie on BYB. Oh, okay. Sorry, Granny. You seem like a decent guy, minus the Don Imus light. I never listened to Don Imus, so I can't really say if there's any validity to that. I can't be a mod. It's past my bedtime. Oh, you want me to mod them? You want me to make those guys mods? No fucking way. Jesus Christ, are you fucking crazy? No fucking way. That's funny. Pat never tells us the time, Granny. Sometimes super chats don't show up in StreamYard. Yeah, I read everything that comes over, I think. They killed Kenny, you bastards. He's still available. So fucking, here he is right now. Mod me. I promise to ban the entire chat every show. Sounds great. You sound like a perfect mod. What is this? What is this? Have you ever played? Yeah, I know, man. It's not that fucking impossible, though. You're so black, you look purple from up here. He didn't. I don't think he said that. I love straight pool. What's your rack record? Mine's 4 racks without no fucking way, Granny. Really? 4 racks without missing. That's so. I mean, I guess that's 45 balls in a row. 45 ball run, man, is pretty good. Pretty good. Great job at podcasting, man. Hope happy for you that this is all working out. Hey, you know what? Thank you. I appreciate that. So far, so good. And yeah, Pat, that makes you a giant for the Dabbleverse. What's that? Okay. The reason I'm kind of fucking I'm just trying to find the certain one here that I saw a second ago. Oh, here it is, Cousin It. 6'2", 215, so that's fair. Not really. Nope. What do you want? Would you want to fight me for some reason, Cousin It? Are you going to be drunk? 6'2", 215. I guess, man. I guess 215. Are you? It's not even a fucking question. So nobody's fighting anybody. If one of those somebodies is me, if it don't work, you buy it with Confederate money. All right. What's it feel like to break a man's jaw? Smells like victory. Oh, it don't work. Oh, it don't work if you buy it with Confederate money. He didn't say if it don't work, buy it with Confederate money. He said it don't work if you buy it with Confederate money. So okay, I don't think that's real though. I still look. It's like I told you. I'll joke around about all that stuff, but I still have my doubts about that. And thanks again, Todd. I appreciate that comment. If you ever played Rogan, but Kenny, man, he thinks that's funny. Chad and Pat steel cage match at Thompson Bowling Arena at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. Hey, cage match? Now you're talking. You're a mechanic, though? You sit all day. Dude, you're damn right. There's no fucking way I'm fighting a mechanic at any size. Picking up heavy shit. Fucking. You know what? Yeah, I've got fucking city hands. Been counting money my whole life. You're right. You're right. You know, the closest I used to be a dishwasher and a line cook. Never a mechanic. By the way, if you're a mechanic, a good person to know, right? Fucking mechanic. Cousin it. Yeah, I wouldn't have a chance against you. I acknowledge that. A good size compared to the megalomaniac hobbits in AC. Man, those guys were fucking big. Oh, the megalomaniac hobbits. You're talking about like Chad, for one. Right? But there were some big people there. Bentley and the Sorcerer. Of course, they're not the fucking podcasters. Who's the other really short? I mean, Stuttering John. I guess he was one of the really small guys. I said, ever played snooker? No, I have not. I've watched it a little bit and never played it. Pat should do a show in black and white. I'm thinking about it. Sometimes I do. It's easier to do the fucking green screen that way. Always tried to play pool. Always too drunk. Send me the link. Oh, you been to CBC? How about that, Colt C? If you want to go shoot sometime, Colt C, I'm with you. But I don't want to go to that one downtown. I like to go to the other one. It is a nice place. You can smoke in there. And the fucking food is better than you'd think. It's actually really good. I had the cube in there a couple of times. Very good. I'm going to get the club sandwich next. Yeah, you know what? I think I shot 8 or 9 balls in a row. Straight pool, okay? So like I said, dropped out of college after orientation. No, I dropped out after let's see, I did 2 years and then I did a semester and then I dropped out during the next semester. So that's it. I was a journalism major, switched my major from journalism then to alcoholism, as the joke goes. English minor. Are you more confident from that confrontation? No, I don't know about that. I mean, like the fallout was so fucking ongoing. I mean, so fucking relentless and shit that like I didn't really look at it that way. I guess. I mean, like, look, anytime you do that, I guess there might be some, sense that like, man, I've never punched anybody before. I guess I can punch somebody, And with everybody saying I broke his jaw, which, please. Did poor KB get picked on? No more than usual. Ha ha ha, Bob's racist. Well, he was just talking about how black somebody was. It didn't sound so much racist. Pat is task booked for Vegas? No. Smash that like button. Good point. Good point. Could we all just focus on the importance of that for just a minute? Could we just remember how important the like button is? Please hit it. Please hit it. And when you hit it, don't give it a warning. Don't fucking just do it. Just do it. Everyone is on KB's pay no mind list. I'd say that's probably right. Cousin It again. I cut my hair 10 years ago. Don't let this beautiful hair fool you. It is nice. Please, Mod. I'm not. Just stop. That's never going to happen. So stop it. Tass needs to go to Vegas. We played a 3-player pool game called Cutthroat. Yes, I've played Cutthroat before. That was for 3 players. We also played 8-ball often. Yeah, of course, Cutthroat, that's when you each have 5 balls out of the 15, 1 through 5, I guess, 6 through 10, and then 11 through 15. And you, try to get everybody else's balls in. Try to be the last one balls left on the table. I think if you scratch, you have to take, what's the rule? Something about a scratch, and you got something. So there's some situation. I think if you scratch, maybe somebody gets to take their ball back out or something. I don't know. I'm his voice, Brennan's wife. Oh, yeah. I get it. Nappy headed hoe. Look at that nappy headed hoe. My poor chat was asking if you had a chance to watch your old one question video from 10 years ago. No. Also, this message will disappear, so Task can show me them skulls. Will disappear, so Task can show me them skulls. I don't think she's deleting stuff. I haven't had a chance to watch those one question videos. In fact, I don't know if I will. Should I? I don't even know. Did you send me the links to those? I mean, not that you'd have to, but if you want to send me links, I will watch them for sure. If there's not more than 2, I'll at least look at them and try to remember. I don't know if I mean, I don't know. I hope that they're not fucking stupid. They might be. I don't always know what I was doing 10 years ago. Send me the link. Pat Dixon NYC at gmail.com. Pat Dixon NYC at gmail.com. Thanks, Peter Sky Parker. We're doing the poor chat, guys. Brittany, 4 racks straight is crazy. Although I couldn't hit 2 shots without missing. It's the thing about straight pool though is that you can shoot any ball, so that helps. And in straight pool, you definitely have to learn to do some kick shots and some caroms and shit like that. Especially the carom shots can come in handy. I know a guy named Tom Ryan, comic. He's been doing comedy since fucking 80s. Started down in West Palm Beach. Really funny guy. He has a dry bar special. It's also very good, just like Ray's. Here he is shooting pool. And he's obviously shooting straight pool here because as you can see, the balls are all jumbled together. Okay, now this video is a little distracting because I did some backwards, like back and forth on it or whatever, but that was just whatever to be funny. So but the shot is amazing. He pops the rack there. He pops this little cluster of balls, and one goes right into the fucking corner pocket, as he knows it will. I mean, there's a certain way when you see a good carom shot, all you got to do. It's sort of a combo more than a carom. Actually, a carom is bouncing the cue ball off of a ball into another ball and shit like that. This is, I think, really more of just like a heavy duty combination, but people call it what they want. Anyway, here it is. I'm sorry. What I want you to see, what I want you to watch, is just the way the ball pops off the rack, goes right in the pocket. It's intentional. It's pretty cool. So slow that down and look at it sometime. That's who I learned to shoot pool from mostly, was Tom Ryan. Really, really good at the game. And I don't know if he's done 45 balls in a row, though. I don't know if he's done 4 racks or not. Don't do it. Somebody, what's the link to? I have to search it. Of it and link. What are you talking about? What's Joe P talking about? Dennis, have Pat talk Melton into bringing you to Vegas to do drawings like Kill Tony had before. Oh, yeah, I mean, or you guys could just mind your business. I hit the like button and it tased me and stole my wallet. Fuck yeah.
You are a retard.
Thank you. I think what'll happen if Tance is wanting to go to fucking Las Vegas is probably Patrick Melton will say, I would guess what he'd say is like, she's free to fucking, fly herself out, get her own accommodations, and or whatever. But I don't think that he's going to pay her to come out there. So I guess that ultimately would be up to her. Do you enjoy the game of darts? Yeah, I enjoy the game of darts. Hold on a second. Did I miss this? Oh no, I saw that. Okay, so Karmic. Yeah, I like darts. I'm not very good at darts, to be honest. I'm only familiar with it. I play it. I play it every chance I get, really. I do enjoy darts quite a bit. How can you not, man? How can you not? Why do TV, YouTube apps always suck? This I don't know. This I don't know. Nikki and Jim channel title is podcast attempt number 1. We'll take you there. Test. Nikki and Jim channel is podcast attempt number 1. All non-white living in USA are parasites. Parasites leaders. Wow. Big talk. Big talk. Look, Mr. Kill Everything's here. Hey, Mr. Kill Everything. Had no idea. Detroit, balls, balls, balls. Pool's all math, and math's for queers. Well, I mean, pool's not really all math, though. Unless there's a mathematical equation for picking your shots. It might be mostly physics as far as the shooting goes, but it's not all. Yes, rhetorical. I gotcha. Everyone drink when he says balls. What's up? Stevie Lou stinks. Declined us. Wow, man, a lot of fucking animosity in the chat tonight. Whoa, now that's what I want to be able to do. That's incredible. Yeah, exactly. You're talking about the shot. I know that shot is nuts. That you should see. I have another one of. I showed a video the other night where I'm shooting pool. Chrissy Mayer was actually there with her arms crossed while I shoot. And it's one of those shots. It was kind of staged a little bit, perhaps, where the balls would. All I had to do was pop a certain ball, and if it comes flying out, I mean, Tom was there. He's really good at lining that stuff up. Would you guys be interested in a pool stream? If I went to shoot pool, would you watch it? Pat, I think you could pull off the rope-a-dope in the boxing ring. You got to be fast to do that. You got to avoid all those blows. I mean, like he could punch himself out. Like it seems like that might be what he tends to do. But you got to have a lot of wind to do that. I mean, look, if I had to fight somebody, you know what I would do? Quit smoking immediately. Absolutely. I mean, like, no question. I would quit smoking for the fight. Definitely. Absolutely. And then I would have to, get a little bit of wind back before I would do that. Good pack shot. Nice bottom left to bring it back for the setup shot. Yeah, I mean, he's pretty good. He's thinking ahead like that. Yeah, for sure. Do you have your own cue? I do. I do. And if maybe I could show it to you if you want. Jim and Nikki podcast attempt. Jim and Nikki. Oh, it's their first attempt before they did whatever they're doing now. Haven't shot fools since the military. Was never sober then. It's. I don't know about drinking, how it affects it. Probably not. Well, Pat, the greatest pool player of all time, Efren Reyes. You are right. Efren Reyes is what do they call him? The wizard or something like that. The magician. He's great. I mean, he's a 9-ball player primarily, and he's just fucking. I mean, I'm sure he can shoot any game, but I think he usually participates, plays a lot of 9-ball tournaments. Efren Reyes does stuff that you wouldn't even think it's possible. Somebody sent me a shot the other day. It's Tom Ryan. Tom Ryan sent me a shot. By the way, Tom Ryan, great comic and worth checking out. Oh, cool. Well, Douglas Nelson, we may be seeing more Douglas Nelson in the near future. Yeah. Huh. Interesting. All right, so let me find. Would you guys be interested in seeing this shot if I can find it? I'll have to send it from my phone. You know what I'll do? I'll send a few. I don't know if. Okay, I don't know what these are. None of these are the shot that he sent, but it'll be under links. It's from Instagram. This is stupid. This is stupid. I mean, no, this is foolish. This is insane. This shot is crazy. Yeah, damn it. Instagram reel. Well, I don't want to take the time to be fucking trying to figure out how to send this, actually. Actually, I know exactly what I'll do. Never mind. We'll see it momentarily. Take me just a minute, but I'll get there. It's worth it. It's a crazy shot. All right. Yeah, I know everybody's gonna think that the show is not even a thing that's still happening, but it is. Anybody misses this pool shot will regret it. By the way, while I'm doing this, you can hit the like button if you like. I'd really like that a lot. And I want to also, of course, say thanks to Kevin Brennan for being on the show tonight. Really, really fun. Sorry about taking so long here, but like I said, Kevin had a few drinks. He's very cool and subdued this evening. Didn't yell, which makes it a sort of a mellow show, mellow evening, mellow night. Filler patter. Sorry about that. All right. And here we go with it. Yeah, fuck. All right, here we go. This is kind of cue ball control that I don't understand. You see that? The way it bounces off the cue ball there at the end. Bounces off the cue ball and goes in. The ball that he originally shot. I'll show it to you again. Look at that. Pops it. It comes back in for those two balls. Now, I mean, maybe that's not as hard as I imagine, right? But I mean, that's a hell of a fucking feat. That's a lot of accuracy there. Anyone have a fucking... Anybody. What does anybody say about it? It's too good, bro. Yeah, I'm saying. That's just magic, yeah. But it's a certain way of hitting the ball and it makes it do that shit. Is Doug out here? Is Doug here? Doug is here. Doug is not here. Doug. Oh my God, Doug, we miss you. You're right. It's just magic. Too good. Day 12. Let me know when I can open my face. Woof. Lots of chalk and practice. That's for sure. Put on the snooker scene from Donald Duck and Magic Slam next. I decline your request. It is impressive. Hey, Pat, are your favorite pool players of all time ranked them? Oh, I don't know. I mean, I like Minnesota Fats, even though he was not really one of the fucking... I mean, he's elite, I guess, but I mean, he was a guy. He just an interesting fucking tale, I think. You know, he's got a really interesting story. I know he was not the one that the character was based on. He took his name from the fucking guy. That's my understanding. I could be wrong about it. He's from New York. I don't know why they call him Minnesota Fats. And you know, I mean, I don't know that many. I really don't know that many. I mean, I even forget. I said it the other night without effort, but the guy that fucking Minnesota Fats played also, Willie Mosconi. I think Willie Mosconi's great. But Efren Reyes, like you said, I happen to know that he's very, very good. And, you know, look, I mean, if I had to pick a favorite, he would be the one. Look at this. 5 Pat Dixon super chats or memberships. Don gifted 5 Pat Dixon memberships.
Melissa Young gifted 5. Thank you, Melissa.
I swallow cum.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thanks, Don. That's great. I tell you. Mr. Kill Everything. Yeah, Pat just recently joined the stream, was playing video games while the missus watched. She's sick, poor thing. I hope it wasn't from the show. Because he was from Minnesota. He wasn't from Minnesota. He's from fucking Queens, New York, or Brooklyn, or something like that. So he took the name from the movie The Hustler, right? Exactly. I love Paul Newman and The Gambler and The Color of Money. Yeah, Color of Money. I don't know. How did you get that? How did that guy get that cucumber in there? Man, I don't know what you mean. Well, hey, best to Mrs. Kill Everything. I hope she feels better soon. Pat, there's an Aaron clip of him beating Earl Strickland. Classic. Efren, yeah, an Efren clip. I got you. Okay, I'll find that. Willie Fistergash. Don't know him. What is this? Sport coat, small 50, SM58. Chroma key, interacting with people other than the worst pay pigs. Piano, you've done all that already. What's keeping Kevin from giving us shit enough to do these basic things? You know, the man doesn't need any of that shit. If he was doing it, I wouldn't be. Hey, got a customer. Talk amongst yourselves. You know, that's the thing. Doug is actually reading the poor chat out loud at his work. All right. Well, looks like he's selling a Slurpee. He's told that story on a show, I believe. PSP. What story? I'm going to sign off in a minute. I'm going to sign off because it's been 4 hours. I'm loving it.
I will fuck you up, Pat. I will fuck you up, bitch. I will fuck you up.
Cool. Very, very cool. Yeah. I didn't want to close on the Dabbleverse there. All right, guys. I'll see you guys potentially tomorrow night, but definitely Monday at 11. Good idea. Good.
Rest in peace, George Floyd. Rest in peace, George Floyd, for everything have you done. Rest in peace, George Floyd. Rest in peace, George Floyd. Rest in peace, George Floyd. Rest in peace, George Floyd, for everything have you done.